wait, hang on. You mean 2 seconds is in 2 seconds, or like one, and then you count zero, and then you count one, and
Well,
then you count
like
two.
like 2 seconds, like 2 seconds ago, you would have
So
waited
like
two
4 seconds
seconds,
ago.
right? And then you would have like started the monologue thing. That already thinks is like, hey, we're telling a joke. We're telling a joke
Oh.
right in the middle of everything that we're doing. But actually, the whole thing was pre-planned.
Well, you gotta time it out though. So you say 2 seconds, just at the mark 2 seconds is about to happen from them, and at that point you gotta ask yourself, do I begin at that point or do I end at that point? Right?
Well, you start when I say when I fucking god damn it
Hey
when I
everybody.
hey hi hello
Yeah, I lost my beard somewhere.
you did.
If I put up posters around the neighborhood that if anyone has seen the beard, not to approach it, as it's a little aggressive towards strangers, but to call the number or the Humane Society immediately. So if you do see my beard wandering around in your neighborhood, do not approach it. It is feral.
Do not
But
approach in an aggressive manner. If
no,
it
it's
starts to approach you, puff yourself up, make yourself as big as possible to try and intimidate it back, so maybe it'll
yep.
back down.
And if you have a real beard, just kind of stroke it. It's exceptionally insecure. It'll scamper off back into the bushes from whence it came. Don't worry. Um,
Yeah, okay, yeah. Oh, I
this
can see
is
it.
this is weird. I haven't been really clean shaven on camera for something that's not been a game stream in years.
We gotta turn your exposure down next time or
I
something.
that's no, I mean, that's the hilarious problem I find with it too. I think is like, yeah, it's usually just fine, except this time for some reason it's not. I think
Eh.
I can actually do that here though, because I have now a functioning wireless mouse and keyboard. I want everyone to welcome my newest piece of mini technology. Look how small this thing is.
Welcome, welcome,
It's
welcome.
I'm sure I will hurl it against the wall one
Oh
of
my
these
God!
nights
So
and then wonder what happened the next
beard
day.
bearing is very triggered that you have removed the beard.
Well, he'll understand. I mean, Beardy, you can understand it when I tell you that it was for the specific principle of a bit. Also, I mean, like only low res can really pull off that kind of mustache that I had. I'm not gonna just in the same way. Hi, I think I'm real new to cut
Perfect.
his hair.
Right,
Um,
right, right, right.
yeah, I don't need to go stepping on low res's mustache game. It's rude.
It
It's
is.
rude.
It's a bit rude. It is a bit. Actually, I think that's really good. Actually, I like that right there. That
Yeah, yeah, that
yeah.
works.
I just
In
realized
fact,
since I'm
I
using
should have
display
used.
capture, if I do this, we see forever.
Oh my God. And now everyone can see how you do this, and now all of the magic is gone.
Good.
Hmm.
So, what's been going on with you this week?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we did just actually shoot an audition tape, so that was fun.
We did actually.
Um,
That me and Nick is trying out for a movie,
mhm.
and he needed somebody to read lines with him, and so we did that right before the show. That was a lot of fun. It's a first for me.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's actually kind of like how a lot of auditions work these days. I was really disappointed earlier in the week because I'd gotten an email saying, "Come on down for this audition. We're doing them between these times," and I'm like, "Cool." And I go down, and they're like, "Do you have an appointment?" And I say to myself, well, no. Well, I say to them, no, there was no appointment, nothing, no mention of an appointment. I figured this was an open call. Okay, we'll have a seat in the other room and we'll get to you if we can. Hmm.
We're gonna have like a couple of minutes here of gay fish playing.
Oh, that's a good thing.
It's a good. It's a very good thing.
That's a
Very
very
good.
good thing. Yeah.
Let me scoop back a little bit. Um, 25 minutes ago, Tragedy and resubscribed 2 months. Thank you very much. We got Gang Stacks 88 tossed us a few biddies, and
Oh.
then Tickle Trunk came in and dropped subs, and they're coming through right now. Drop gifted subs to our homie JT Yearsley, Wolfmeister666, Zekex, Kexler, D Patrickson, Gangstax88, Bulbag, Crab90, Merbites, Nickhead P. We're gonna be gay fishing here for a minute, man.
Yeah, y'all are
Look at your
now.
fucking hair.
Yeah.
Look at your fucking luscious flowing locks, man.
Yep. It's next to go.
Mine's all weak and limp. My hair is limp.
Well, I also have, I mean, Anna Hot, I still have like the products she sent me like months ago because it was big bottles. And they do this fantastic thing where they make it clean and luxurious. And also, I figure this will like detract from the absence of facial hair. You know?
This like terrible line on my forehead too. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, it's called being in your 30s. We all get them.
Fuck you. God damn it. That's not what I was
Oh,
talking
look,
about.
I have 3 of them. I'm a fucking Romulan. This is great. I mean, I'm just waiting for these gay fish to.
That was
to
it.
make
That was the
quick.
last one. That was the last one.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah.
God
Well,
damn.
yep,
Dude,
so-
Pinky's up for could we call him patron saint of the midweek Saints tickle trunk?
I think that's fair, at least until we get the Patreon up, and then we're actually going to have to use that term for something.
I
But
guess.
or saint. I think you can either be a patron saint or a saint patron. Depends on which side you fall.
You know, I just
But
realized Laserdisc is all alone up there in the during show, in the live show room.
What?
Laserdisc, me,
Oh,
in
you're
Discord.
all alone.
In Discord.
Oh, that's right. I forgot this is midweek, and I forgot that I didn't open Discord. So I'll get to that real quick. I can do that from the comfort of my own studio chair now because I've got such grand technology as gifted to me from the good people at Amazon after I gave them money. So it was, I gifted them some cash, and they gifted me this tiny little laptop keyboard. It's pretty wonderful.
I need a good conditioner. I don't need a good conditioner. I need a haircut is what I need.
Yeah, well, it's funny because I had been thinking to myself, like, if they offer me the role and they're like, "Are you willing to cut your hair?" I think the only appropriate response would be to say that I'm open to negotiations, because this is 2.5 years damn near of work and effort. And then if they're like, "We'll give you $800 a day," I'll be like, "Well, how short do you want me to go?" But I mean, prior to that, I'm not really sure.
When
no,
did
I'm
I
not really
cut?
sure.
When did I fucking cut my dreads off? I can't remember. It was a.
I think that was about a year ago. I think. I want to say.
Stop the ass kissing
I'm
with
gonna
you.
I'm gonna look this up. What just happened? Let's see. Katzen Lady hosted. Thank you very much, Katzen. Appreciate that.
Nice.
Yeah, very very
There's
sweet.
Discord. Let's just bring up that thing, and then
When
we'll
was
go
the
down.
last time I
And
had dreadlocks. What the fuck? It was a while ago.
and turn your volume all the way down. And I love this. God damn it! I can control my shit.
Stop the ass
Yeah,
kissing with
can you
you.
Far
control your
away.
shit? Okay, that's good.
Pinch it. I can hold it as long as I need to. I can pinch it off if it's time to go. It's great.
That's good.
Yeah. See, look. Aren't you glad
Stop
you?
the ass
Aren't you
kissing
glad
with
we
you.
walked through that door together? Isn't it?
I
what we're here
am. I'm glad. I'm glad.
Yeah. So here we are. I'm in Discord. Good long at last. Let's just jump into this news shit. We got some fun things. Jeff sourced these tonight because I was busy sending off tapes. Well, we call them tapes. There was no
See,
tape involved.
did I?
But,
when did I come? My fucking was it the Papa John's problem? I think that was back in. Holy fucking shit, dude!
It was before that.
It was 10 months ago.
Yeah, just about a year,
Yeah.
which makes about sense because I mean I remember it had nothing to do with like production or anything like that.
No. Yeah, no.
You
there
did
was-
it strictly because it's like what because your white ass wasn't supposed to have dreads in the first place.
No. Oh, you know what? Fucking eat my shit. All right. No. What happened was I started realizing that like the older I was getting, thankfully, I don't think I'm ever gonna go bald like my grandfather, but I'm not gonna have like the low hairline like my dad has. So I'm kind of halfway in the middle. But like the weight of the dreads was pulling all my hair out in the front, so I was like, "Fuck it, they gotta go. They just gotta go."
Isn't that like a common problem? Like if they grow in the wrong way, they'll start tugging at like the base of the dread, which
just-
might be further away.
It's all about weight. It causes something called tension alopecia, which is just like traumatic damage being done to the follicles because of so much weight, like tearing it out of your fucking head. It's kind of like how if you pluck often enough, it weakens the ability for the hair to grow back as thick as it did before, right? So Damn, I hate that I got a light on my fucking head now.
Well, I'm just sitting here waiting for my beard to come back. Because like I'll get up in the morning. Well, I say the morning. I get up during the day at some point, and I'll just go into the bathroom and be like, "What the fuck?" Oh, that's what caused me to shave that stash off too. I was like, "Why do I look like a sex offender on purpose?"
Now
Gotta
that
get
you
rid of it.
mention it, actually.
Did some like memories resurface, Jeff?
Grade school was fucked. So,
There we go.
and Mommy Ara also, Weaseful and Mommy Ara host us. Thanks, guys. Appreciate that. Any kind of support, we appreciate it very much. We love you guys. Yeah, no, it's been a weird week. It's been a weird week.
It's been a week, hasn't it? Yeah.
I found out that some people were really pissed that I was making videos on InfoWars. They were like, that is mean.
How dare you?
You should not be kicking them while they're down.
You shouldn't go picking on the retarded kids, Jeff. It's just not nice.
Well, no, I mean, like, I understand their argument. Their argument was like, well, they're being censored, so don't you think it's like bad timing to shit on them? And I have to say, and I'll take this as a platform just real quick to say, like, no, I don't think so at all. The thing is rather than censor somebody, the best way to deal with somebody is to counter their arguments by deconstructing their arguments, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'll do what everybody should be doing rather than censoring them. And also, I don't want people starting to think that Alex Jones is a fucking martyr. He's a piece of shit. So I'm going to make videos showing why he's a piece of shit.
Yeah, InfoWars
it's the best time to make the video.
Yeah, InfoWars didn't get like smarter or more valuable to society by virtue of social media giving them the boot. No. Now it sucks that they did that on multiple levels, from censorship up through are you trying to make it early Christmas for these hysterical horse shit mongers? But but all the same, no, they didn't get smarter or more valuable or any of that by being banned. It sucks that they were banned. But if all of a sudden a bunch of people are going to start taking the line that, oh my God, this is important. This is an important outlet. We need this. How dare they censor this? All because they were banned? Yeah. No. No. But that's not the dumbest thing we found on the internet.
No. You know what? I think I actually really like. I think maybe I need to start wearing this hat more often. I kind of like it. What do you think?
It works for you. No, I mean it does work for you. I'd wear one if I could find one that would. I mean, so like if a 10-gallon hat fits an ordinary man's head, I'd need about a 15 or 20-gallon hat because of this dome. Everyone's like, oh, do you actually? I think what was it last week? You were like, do you have a cowboy hat? It's like. It almost felt like just twisting a barb that was already in my skin. Like, do you have this hat that fits? No, of course I don't have a hat that fits.
You do have an enormous head. It's enormous.
I do. Yeah, it is pretty big.
I've seen it in real life. It's big.
And the hair doesn't help, but I mean the hair isn't even what makes it impossible. Like hat's impossible. It's not the hair, no. It's just the size of the skull.
If it makes you feel any better, yes, you have a giant head, but you are a pretty tall guy too. So
it's true, yeah. And I mean to pack as much like gray matter as Ben Shapiro walks around with his tiny little hobbit head. It requires a larger dome and reinforcement too. The skull.
I like what Weaseful says. You got a thick skull. Thick.
Oh boy.
Ooh. Yeah. That head is thick. Crab 90 says, Nick, would a bribe get you to shave your head?
How much?
That's the big question. Yeah. That's a big,
I mean,
big
I'll say this much. I shaved my head for money once in the last decade. It was a lot of money.
How much was it?
What am I going to be setting a bar for the audience here? I ended up making $2,800 off of that particular project.
That's fair. That's pretty fair.
Was never produced too. That was the funny thing. The guy dropped thousands of dollars. We even got the rights to H.R. Geiger artwork, like the last project to get rights in his lifetime.
Huh.
Shot the whole thing, right? It was great. And it disappeared. no one has any idea what happened to it.
That fucking sucks.
Well,
I did.
not really. I still made like $3,000.
I did have an idea. Like, if I decide, I do want to do a charity stream again. I haven't done one in a long time. I did decide that if I do end up wanting to cut my hair, that I'm gonna like set a goal for a charity. That if we reach a certain point, then I'll like cut the hair off. You know.
Well, if and when I do cut this, it will be like as the same salon actually who used to help me out with like my skin condition and shit, and used to cut my hair all the time for free back when I got haircuts. They're a wig shop too. They make their own wigs. In fact, when Jetty Lead cut all his shit off, he gave it all to them, and they made a wig for a cancer patient with it. So that would be my plan. Yeah, I'm not letting this gorgeous, luscious shit go to waste.
That would look amazing on a cancer kid. I just want to say
exactly.
that, you know.
No one would believe they had cancer. They just believe they produce cancer on the internet.
Objectively
I know that
speaking,
hair.
like your hair would be amazing on a little cancer kid.
Yeah.
Actually, shit. Why do we, you know? Maybe that's something that we should do at some point. Is like throw a contest of like best Photoshop of putting Nick's hair on a cancer kid.
I would love to see how that would be misconstrued too. That would be brilliant.
Is that distasteful? I can't tell. I can't tell.
That's why it's a great idea. It's exceptionally distasteful.
Can't tell.
It's like, here's what these kids would look like if they didn't have cancer. I mean, oh, look at you. Oh, it doesn't look like you were remotely stricken with leukemia.
But what if
you are though?
What if we like, you know, like the best Photoshop gets a prize, and we also like toss some money at like leukemia research or something. Like that'd be kind of cool.
I'll send a lock of my hair through the mail.
No, come on.
Like, your prize.
I don't know. I mean, okay, that's probably a bad idea. Let's hey,
yeah.
Let's look at some news.
Look at some news. Yeah, I love Ben Mills already saying that would be depressing as fuck. It's like, here's what this child looked like if they could have a normal life. So yeah, the first item
no, you're frozen. God damn it.
Now I'm frozen. Great.
I swear.
Why is this is a fuck. Thank you, Skype.
I know. I fucking hate Skype so much. It's this new version of Skype too. Like they forced me to update, and now look at what it's done to my co-host. Do you see what forced updates have done to my co-host?
Damn it, Article 13. I'm just gonna start blaming everything on that. That's because why not? Look at that. I mean, at least it's not like an absolute derp face.
It's up there.
It's up there. It's close. It's getting close to derp, but it's not quite there.
Oh my god. Okay, you know what? This is.
Hang on. I got an idea. Let me see. I'll try this. Then I'll try this.
Hey, there we go.
And I'm back. Good.
All right,
good.
cool. All right, let's get to the news.
Yeah, this first one's good fun. Burglar drank 24 bottles of beer and Jägermeister and tried to escape on bike. Yeah, it's my kind of. It sounds like a Manchester boy. It sounds like a local guy.
24 bottles of beer.
A burglar downed 24 bottles of beer and a bottle of Jägermeister before he tried to escape from police on a bicycle. Jai Kennedy, who had also taken cocaine. Okay, that's kind of. Why did you focus? He could have said, like, I mean, honestly, it would have been like, you know, a burglar, like, you know, blows an 8-ball and drinks a bottle of Jägermeister, tries to flee on bike, and then you could say, oh, and he also drank 24 beers. It'd be like, yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, who had also taken cocaine, was chased by police for a mile as he made a number of U-turns to shake them off. U-turns, that'll shake off the police.
Mm-hmm.
The 24-year-old was eventually crashed into a police car and fell off, ending the chase on August 5th in Weoley Castle, Birmingham. Oh, look at that. That looks like a guy I know.
Mm-hmm.
Good for him. Kennedy of Pershore Road, Selly Oak, who had previously admitted burglary and theft, and asked for 3 other burglaries to be taken into consideration, was jailed for 2 years. The chase began after 2 officers heard a burglar alarm go off in Bourneville Lane, and spotted Kennedy cycling along, clutching a flat-screen TV. This fucking, I mean, if I could wear a hat, I'd say hats off. Look at, like, this guy. He's an overachiever. right?
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
wait. So this guy drank 24 bottles of beer and a
a
full
bottle of
bottle of
Jaeger,
Jägermeister, and then led
blew a bunch of
police,
blew a bunch of coke too.
blew a bunch of fucking coke. Been there.
Hmm.
Blew a bunch of coke, and then put a flat screen TV on his bike, and then led police on a chase.
Well, the way they say it here, they say he was clutching a flat screen, so I kind of picture him riding with the flat screen under one arm. So he's high off his tits, he's drunk as fuck. He's running from the police and he's got a fucking like a Hitachi like stuffed under his armpit there while he's riding along on a bicycle.
Right, right.
I mean,
This is
burglary.
wonderful.
It is. Burglary's bad news, and I'm glad he was caught, and I hope the TV was returned to the owners. But my God, I mean, talk about an overachiever here. Mark Phillips, prosecuting at the Birmingham Crown Court, said, quote, "It was quite clear the defendant was drunk. He tried to run but did not get very far and was arrested. When police searched his home, they found a number of items that had been taken from the same address earlier laid out on his bed, including a jewelry box, a camcorder, and a watch. Was he making runs back and forth? Was he like, that TV, I can go get that, yeah. It was the TV that fucked you, Kai.
Mm-hmm.
Never go back for the TV.
It's hard to be low key on a bike with a flat screen TV. Like if you're riding a bike and you got a TV, you didn't pay for that TV.
No,
Let's
probably
be honest.
not. Yeah. When quizzed, Kennedy said he had recently been released from prison and was bored.
Wait.
I love this man so much. He's like, I just got out of prison, like, and I was fucking bored, so I figured I'd just break in and steal a bunch of shit and then go back and steal more shit and then do an 8-ball and then drink some Jaeger and then go back and get some more shit. God damn, boy. You don't know when to quit. It was, well, clearly you got out of prison and then you got bored and decided to rob a house. Mr. Phillips said he took cocaine at about 6 a.m. and bought and drank 24 bottles of Budweiser, followed by a bottle of Jägermeister. It was in that state he had gone out to burgle. I wonder if like the idea came to him just when he thought about like the word burgle. He's like,
I was just thinking that too. Like does anybody actually use it in that form? Like, I don't know, man. I'm like, what are you gonna do today? I might go out, get a bagel. I might, go see how my friend's doing down the street. Maybe do a little burgling.
Oh, I was thinking of getting like a fucking pork roll and going and doing some burglaring. I feel like burgling today. How about you?
You know what's funny? I actually I had 2 pork buns today for breakfast.
Now
Some
now I'm just hungry, but that's not as impressive as this. Judge Roderick Henderson said it was clear that Kennedy had visited the address more than once and that he had taken some items of sentimental value which had never been recovered. Delroy Henry, defending, said Kennedy had shown a lack of maturity and still had a lot of growing up to do, which he'll do plenty of in prison. He was a soon-to-be father who would miss his firstborn's birth if sent to jail. Good. No.
Yeah.
Good.
No,
Good.
Yeah.
No, I mean I'm sure the mother is an absolute piece of work herself, but
I'm sure she's a lovely woman.
I'm sure she's a lovely, very mature woman. She's probably constantly saying just like Jai, stop getting drunk and burglaring the neighbors. It's like
you burgled too hard.
You burgled too hard. Burgle more gently.
Burgling me softly with his. We're listening to.
And he ran up in them guts and burgled her bright and shining future as an ASDA clerk. Oh,
I'm gonna burgle your eggs.
Yeah, it's a good thing they've got paid family leave. Not for prisoners, but for single mothers at least, apparently.
That's right.
Now I love too, like if we look at the picture of Bourneville Lane, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that is not exactly the ghetto. Like
no.
that is, yeah, that's not like some shitty part of London or Manchester. That's a nice neighborhood, and I have to wonder, was he living at like mom's house? Huh? I mean, how old is this kid?
Yeah.
24 years old. just got out of prison. What the fuck is he doing in a neighborhood like this if he's not living with mom and dad? Or, well, probably just mom. But, yeah, definitely just mom, let's be honest. The guy just got out of prison, and then he decided he'd bang back a whole bottle of Jägermeister following an 8-ball, and then he decided to go break into his neighbor's house a few times. It's like somebody watched that Mickey Rourke movie, what was it called?
Matrix.
No, the one... Mickey Rourke?
Yeah.
No.
He wasn't in Matrix?
He wasn't in the Matrix. I think you're thinking
Godfather.
of Gerard Depardieu.
Godfather. He's in Godfather.
No, again, you're thinking of Depardieu. You got to get your mind off of Depardieu here, Jeff. He's a rapist. We need to let this go. Allegedly.
Allegedly. We're not into Depardon. We're still into Depar maybe.
Yeah, Depar consider it.
Depar innocent until proven guilty.
Nope. No. Hang on. We need the shirt by the end of the night. Depar due process.
Oh! I'm making it tonight. I'm gonna make.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got the Depar do it. I need to make the Depar don't. I never did.
Well, Depar don't will happen if he's convicted, but in the meantime, Depar due process.
Depar due process. Okay.
Yeah.
Chat.
This guy.
What should I add into a picture of Depar due? For Depar due process, should it be like the scales behind him or something?
No. Better yet, just Photoshop his face onto Lady Justice and then blindfold him if you can.
I can fucking do that. Yeah.
Depar due process. That's right.
Yeah, I think I can do that.
Yeah. At some point, that both of us will have a chance to look at Louis C.K. and say, well, there are some things you can redeem and apparently some things you can't. What do you mean?
I don't want to look at Louis C.K. He might masturbate in front of me.
Well, I mean, then you just tell him Depar don't.
Depar, please don't.
If I have a Depar, please don't, Depar. I guess I'm just going to have to block this out. This is going into the vault.
You know what? Unpopular opinion. I would actually watch Louis C.K. masturbate.
So long as you didn't have to pay a cover charge, I assume.
No. Like, I mean,
So you would pay a cover charge to see that?
No. It's more like if I watch Louis C.K. masturbate and he's like, I'm gonna hook you up with a producer to like put on a show, I'd be like, whip your fucking dick out, dude.
Oh. Q-book, Depar do it, Nike.
Ooh.
We got to work with that. I mean, the great thing is we can use his likeness as much as we like because he's way too busy with his legal problems to pay attention to copyright infringement.
We can't use a swoosh though. We'll have to use like a double-ended dildo that's crooked. You know.
We could come up with something. I'm sure.
I think I could do this. Yeah, I think this is definitely doable.
Yeah, just like add a C into Nike. It'll be Nikki. Like what the fuck? It's like Article 13. It's hard to describe. I just want to see somebody busted for copyright infringement for a T-shirt.
Right.
That's what I want. Somebody's doing like a live vlog in like Vienna, maybe. Some dude walks by in a Nike shirt, and all of a sudden they're off to the gulag. Now we're making light of this, but the truth is that that's really all you can do right now. So continue, carry on.
That's true, 100%.
Yeah.
I know that we were gonna work in an Article 13 joke, but I've been like looking around while we're doing this, and we're covering this article. I don't think I can work out anything before.
We'll sort it out. We'll sort it out for Friday. That's fine.
Friday. Yeah, we do it on Friday now. We don't do it on Sunday. Fuck.
Yeah, because we also still need to find that promo I can't find.
I would have remembered, but I've been drinking.
I've not really been, so that's fine.
I was fine. But then it got released onto the internet that my real first name is Steve, and now I'm just kind of like, fuck. I might as well just drink myself into oblivion.
Well, I mean,
I might as well admit it now here, like live. My name is Steve Holiday. My real name is not Jeff. My name is Steve.
Yeah, and in defense of like those who doxed you, for one thing, I mean, these are kids who fall asleep each night just dreaming of a particular anon's cock being shoved back into their tonsils, and there's only one way they're gonna get that.
True.
Likewise, too, if they weren't like out there trying to spread that information, they'd just be beaten off to all that CP they're always crying about, like some kind of fucking homophobic senator. So,
Breadmaster PBJ says money for cocaine and whiskey because Jaeger is uncultured garbage. Okay, I appreciate it. Don't get me wrong. Your donations to cocaine and whiskey are very much appreciated for sure. I'll say Jaeger has its place. I'll do a shot of Jaeger in solidarity with all of my drunk Becky friends. You know.
Well, I mean, the thing, is the thing about Jaeger too. It's got a justifiably bad reputation because if you drink it like straight room temperature, it's fucking awful. But the first time you have that chilled shot out of the Jaeger machine, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
It's the kind of thing you're like, hey, you have yourself an iDubbbz moment where you're just like, it's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It might be surprising because a normal Jaeger shot tastes like garbage. It might be surprising just because who knew chilling something would make it taste less like shit. American beer.
But here's the thing. There's the rare gems in American beer that you wouldn't expect, like Budweiser's Lime-A-Rita or Clamato are delicious. They're delicious. For very cheap, I can get all the girls screaming, Steve, buy me another. I'll suck your dick.
Yeah.
Iva Darker subscribed to the Prime subscription. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Hope you're enjoying the show. I promise it all gets worse from here.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, you'll take this next one, but we're gonna jump all the way from jolly old posh ass England up to everybody's favorite news celebrity. Can you guess who it is?
It's Florida man. Florida man cuts neighbor with chainsaw. Cuts neighbor with chainsaw during argument over shrubs.
Oh my God! He looks like me with like a dye job.
He looks like one of my aunts. He looks like one of my aunts that fucking had a liver problem and couldn't gain weight.
It's like the original bass player to Aerosmith finally emerges in a trailer park in Florida after having a chainsaw fight over a bit of shrubbery. I love it.
Fucking great Aunt Doreen fucking Holiday. She's like, I got a thyroid problem. Like, Aunt Doreen, you don't got a thyroid problem. You have fucking liver cirrhosis. What the fuck? Come on, let's get serious about this. Anyway, so great Aunt Doreen here. Land O'Lakes. Oh God, it's even from a place in Florida.
Land O'Lakes. Oh my God, he comes from the butter. He comes from the butter place. The place where all the butter comes from.
Land O'Lakes, Florida. A man was arrested for deliberately cutting his neighbor with a chainsaw during an argument over a shrub on September 4th. Pro tip for all of you watching out there: if your argument is over a chainsaw, it ain't worth going to jail. Or over a shrub, it's not worth going to jail for.
I will say this: the one thing right off the bat here that I'm a little let down by, though, the only thing I think would have made this story even better was that if instead of an actual chainsaw, which is what trailer park Florida people trim hedges with,
right?
But if it was with one of those electric hedge trimmers, it's like a
right. They wait until like they put their finger up, like now listen, then you hit it with the hedge trimmer.
Yeah, or they just have some like huge Jew fro maybe, because Florida's just full of Jews and they don't all have money for super cuts. But yeah, just take something off the top. They're like, "You bastard! I'm calling the sheriff. God, call the sheriff, you fucking heeb. That's it, Jared Holt. I'm not putting up with this anymore."
Suddenly they got a haircut like that dude from, is it IT something?
The IT crowd?
Yeah, the IT crowd. He's got that like Gumby hair and shit.
Yeah. It's fucking.
That dude is fucking hilarious. He's great.
Oh yeah, the famous football sketch. Oh look, the man has the ball. Oh, he's kicking the ball. Look at that. Who would have expected it? Oh, now the other man's kicking the ball. Isn't that great? Yeah, that show.
It's good. It's good.
Even though Graham Linehan's cunt.
According to Sheriff's Office, around 6:34 p.m., deputies responded to a call about an ongoing dispute between neighbors. The initial call was about an aggravated battery. The ongoing issue is between the neighbors about shrubs that are growing between the property lines. However, video shows Landacker disposing of branches when Zlocky arrives home. What the fuck are these names? It shows a verbal argument between the two before Zlocky begins hugging the shrub. Okay. The sheriff's office says the video shows Landacker getting his chainsaw and cutting the shrub while the victim is holding it. In a clear and deliberate act, Zlocky was cut with the chainsaw, and Landacker can be seen shoving Zlocky in the back. Zlocky's tendons were cut in his arm. Jesus! Based on new findings in the investigation...
It was a fucking chainsaw.
Yeah. Based on new findings in the investigation in the video, Landacker was arrested for aggravated battery and simple battery and taken to the Land O'Lakes Detention Center, where he was smeared with butter and told he's a very naughty boy. Naughty boy!
He's going to get the margarine party. That's when they slather the new guys up with margarine and slide them along the block floor. The guards just look on and laugh.
Me and your mother are very disappointed in you. No going to the butter theme park for you.
Are you saying that's not mother? I get so confused these days. It's difficult to understand as I have to look at them through that glass with all the metal in it and then talk to them on the phone. Who even uses... That's where all the payphones went. Florida prisons. Land O'Lakes Detention Center. It's where the only place you can talk to your Mima after she hacks a man's arm up with chainsaws.
Damn it.
It's a great thing, though. You get Texas Chainsaw Massacre, it's a proper horror movie. You get Florida Chainsaw Massacre, it's an argument over a bush.
Florida man.
Florida man.
Florida man.
Oh, he's just, I love the, like, he's got this, like, I don't know. He's got this calm, convicted look in his eye, like, I didn't do nothing wrong. The motherfucker was trying to touch my shrub.
He was hugging my fucking shrub.
What
would you do, Judgy McJudgerson? Just
Fucking
let the man
hack it.
fondle your fucking shrub, or would you be a man? Would you nut up?
I'm gonna open carry my chainsaw to just own the libs. That's what I'm gonna do. Open carry. That's what I want to see. I want to see the next big Texas protest being open carry chainsaws. Just people with chainsaws slung in their backs. It's just a picture of a shrub. It says, "Don't tread on me."
Yeah. So recently, this is actually kind of interesting. I had a moment where I had to self-censor myself, which is a little weird because I usually don't. But I was
gonna backtrack on that self-censorship now.
No, not really. It's not really backtracking on it. I want to find it. Where is it? It was only a couple of days ago. I'm looking through this crazy wingnuts fucking Twitter. But there's a Twitter user by the name of Kaya Jones. She's a hardcore magatard who she posted a video where she's eating In-N-Out.
Oh, yeah. Hope you have a Triggered Tuesday, y'all.
Mm-hmm. And I don't remember if this is the girl who was like, I'm in a bikini to trigger the libs. Mm-hmm. Yeah, look at my boobs. I can't remember.
If she's that interested, I've got some really low-grade meat she can swallow to trigger all... I don't even give a fuck at this point. It's fine.
I self-censored because... Oh, here we go. Hang on. I got this. Here, let me... let me put this up here. We'll get rid of Florida man here. Florida man.
I know. Just when I never thought I'd never have an erection again. Here we go.
Okay. So...
My
In-N-Out with my American flag nails. I hope you have a Triggered Tuesday. I bought the entire cast and crew In-N-Out. I ordered and ate the Republican. Okay. So I actually self-censored myself a little bit because I realized that these people, these people who are hardcore into this ideology, they will do whatever it is that is boycotted. So I wrote out a spicy tweet where I wanted everybody to boycott my dick.
I actually did respond. Well, I responded to this in a quote tweet saying something to the effect of when you're trying to make America great again, but you're also trying to build your basic cred.
Yeah, she's pretty basic. She's pretty basic.
Oh, that bitch is basic as fuck. Although I do love the way she just tucks into that meat and look. I mean, it's almost like she practices.
She's got 200,000 followers. I don't know who the fuck this person is, but
she's also got 5,000 extra calories now too. So
that's true. Jesus First, singer, actress, Pussycat Doll, commentator, Second Amendment ambassador to NDC Trump, native and Jamaican. Kaya
She looks
Jones.
Jamaican. I picked up on that. I picked up on that Jamaican vibe, you know.
Oh, my friend Ro follows her. Well, of course
Yeah.
she does. I love
Wow.
Ro. Ro's great. But yeah, no, this shit is just dumb. It's just silly. It's silly.
Well, no, I'm actually loving this though because you know it was funny earlier in the week I tweeted something about when I was an activist it seemed as though apathy was the biggest problem we were facing, and now that everyone seems to be an activist, that seems to be the problem. And it's just, you know, and I'm a SMOD supporter myself at this point. I'm just sort of waiting for it all, you know. I just want fires. I just want big fires all over the place. And with this kind of shit, I want more of this. I want to see. I mean, Christ, I want to see like you know, it'd be really hilarious is if like Rust Belt conservatives, yeah, started boycotting public services to own the libs, and then suddenly realize that welfare is their friend. Just a thought.
Okay. This gets spicy actually. Let's check this out. So I was just looking into this because I wanted to know if she was actually in the Pussycat Dolls. Jones has performed with the Pussycat Dolls a few times. There's controversy over whether she was ever a full member of the group. Founder Robin Anton has stated Jones was never an official member of the group. Jones left the group in September of 2004 while the group was recording their debut album, claiming that it was no longer fun to be in the band. She told Yahoo Singapore, when everybody is not on the same page, it affects the group, so I think that was the worst part, and I decided to leave. Now, here's the thing that's crazy. Jones has repeatedly made allegations that the Pussycat Dolls was a prostitution ring. She has claimed that she and her bandmates were abused by music industry executives. However, the group has refuted her allegations. That's weird. That's
so it's
strange.
Make Me Too Great Again? Me Too Good
Good night, everybody. Good night.
Yeah, what would that be? Yeah. It's like Make Me Too Great Again. Look, she was like I'm guessing like next week we're gonna find out she was sleeping with some 17-year-old actor kid long before Asia Argento.
Ooh, too soon. No,
What?
not too soon.
It's Twitch.
Not
It's
too soon. Not
midweek.
too
It's
soon.
fine.
It's fine.
Pussygate. Yeah, no, Weasel's got a pussycat dollgate. Pussygate. Yeah.
Pussygate. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
sis-
because you know she's serious though, because she got her nails did.
She did.
Yeah.
The nails did. Sister
nails
May
did.
says, get more piñas and donuts. Heart miss the water. So for those who don't know, Sestra and her friend Spectacular came and hung out with me for 10 days, at least a week. Wonderful time. We had a really good time. I took them around and raged and drank. Like at one point, Sestra and Mems went out to go and be girly girls and like buy makeup. It was weird. It was gross. It was gross girly grossness. And me and Spectacular were back at the house, and they dropped us off a bunch of beer, and we cranked beer and watched Deadliest Warrior until I think he might have passed out too, but I definitely was just like, yeah, fuck yeah, cut them pig carcasses, and I just passed out in the chair. It's great. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful
It's a good time.
Yeah,
It's like a good time.
Great people. We had a really good time.
Oh yeah.
Breadmaster PPJ says Florida man finds the actual bush that did 9/11.
Ooh, well played. Like it a lot. That was well done.
Well done. Yeah, no, that's good. That's some good shit.
Poor Florida man.
Yeah.
Now we do have if I can reload it. Yeah, the fourth one here is
Hey,
for,
don't get
third
mad
one.
at me because I like Deadliest Warrior, all right? Seasons 1 through 2 were great. Season 3 can suck my dick, but it was a great show. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Wait. Oh, hang on. Was that the one where they'd be like, "Who would win, pirates or ninjas?"
Yes. It was a great show.
Now, I do have actually, before we get into this next news item, I do actually have a plan to. I want to produce a sort of. I basically want to do. I want to redo BattleBots,
Mm-hmm.
except make it like political. you know? So it's like a bunch of mindless drones are just going out and attacking other drones
That'd be
at the
cool.
behest of their masters, and just give it some good
Uh-oh.
color commentary
Uh-oh.
along with,
Oh, no.
maybe vernaculous.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
The
Pop
hell
it
was that
again.
I just watched?
Cycle it again. Cycle it again.
What the hell was I just
Cycle,
watching?
cycle your
What the
camera again, real
fuck
quick.
is happening?
Look,
Why?
there you go.
Why is this all happening to me, to us?
There we go.
Oh, there
That's
we
good.
go.
That's
Okay.
good.
Sorry, that happened as soon as the video started playing. I'm starting to think the EU shit's starting to affect me.
The what?
The EU, the whole EU
Oh,
thing.
the EU thing? Yeah. Step off, Eurotrash. This is American internet. God damn it.
Yeah. Listen, if anybody's gonna ruin this show, it's gonna be me.
Dude, you know what would be great so Deadliest Warrior was a dumb show. It was dumb as fuck. Like nothing about it was actually like scientific. They always blew it out of proportion. You could tell they were just trying to like scale things up for whatever purpose, you know. But it was fun. It was fun. But so Dania, actually, my buddy Dania, gave me great inspiration. It would be great to bring back Deadliest Warrior, or even maybe you and I should make a video. Deadliest Warrior. Right? Deadliest Warrior, Antifa versus the Polo Right. And we test the weapons. We see how effective the weapons would be.
Now, to make sure no one caught on fire, we refilled the tiki torch with ordinary water. And gauged how flammable the individual would be by measuring the soaking on their shirts. Ah, I'm seeing this. Yeah. Oh, and I'm frozen again. How does this keep happening? What are you doing, Jeffrey? Stop it.
I didn't fucking do anything. I didn't do anything. It's not me. It's not me. It wasn't me.
No, it could be fun, though. Deadliest Warrior YouTuber edition. We could take, like, classic YouTube celebrities as it was, like, who would win, who would win in a knockdown drag-out fight? Annoying Orange or It's Fred?
Ooh. God
and
damn.
And you guys can go ahead and let us know in the chat if you have any objections to us forcing those particular individuals into the death cage match. It would be like celebrity death match, except for almost celebrities that people have forgotten about.
Who
much
would
like
win?
Normal celebrity death match.
Who would win? Millennial Woes or his cholesterol?
Who would win? Who would win? JF Garapay or this bag of red bliss?
That's not funny.
Andy Worski or his own psyche?
No comment.
Who would win, Ralph Retort or the local police department? Wait, we've already done that one.
Yeah, no, that was we got a very clear victor on that one, didn't we? I fought the law and the fuck I'm in jail. So let's get to the next news article. Let's fuck this.
Yeah. Because this next one is fun. This is Russian authorities or police seize World War II tank from gun hoarding crocodile owner after he ran over children.
You can't pay for a headline better than that. You can't.
Yeah, like you'll talk all the shit you want about RT, but like the government taking care of their people in a very fun way.
Mm-hmm.
Russian authorities have confiscated a World War II tank from the head of a quote military patriotic end quote organization after he ran himself and 2 children over with
it. So I knew he ran over a couple of kids with a fucking tank, but he ran himself. How do you do that?
That belongs in the headline. Because all of a sudden he's not just some monster rolling over children like they're playing the fucking hopscotch in Tiananmen Square. No, this is some serious shit. The incident took place on the St. Petersburg waterfront where Pavel Barenko, the proud owner of a Soviet T-60 tank, which I'm sure he bought on Russian Amazon, offered beachside rides for 300 rubles for $4.40. Is
that how
I wonder how much the tank cost. It's like you make an offer on the tank. Well, you cannot afford it.
That'd be like
how much?
Like
how
a
much
ruble
is
is like 30 cents or some shit. Like
100,000 rubles. So like $2,000. Yeah, you got a deal.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah. According to investigators, after taking 2 customers aboard in late April, Barenko hit a snag and fell from the vehicle as his 2 customers tumbled over the front. So wait, this is like true Russian ride along. This is basically a Russian hayride. Yeah. Russian haunted hayride. A bunch of scary looking old Russians sit on the beach and wait to die, and then you drive children by on your fucking T-60 tank while they just sit on the top like infantry waiting to get shot down by Germans.
It's authentic.
It is, yeah. After the customers, yes, and they tumbled over the front. The court has ruled the confiscate and transfer in the possession of the Russian Federation the T-60 tank, which we will now send to Georgia. Which is in the possession of the accused, said a statement from the Joint Press Service of St. Petersburg Court's state news agency RIA Novosti reported on Thursday. That's a mouthful. Footage of the incident taken by multiple witnesses on the beach shows the passengers struggling to keep their balance as the tank cleared a large sandy bump. He was doing jumps! He charged these people less than $5. Said, yes, go ahead, sit on top of tank. Just try and hold on. To what? To whatever you can find. And then he's going off of jumps.
We jump tank now. We jump tank. It will be fantastic.
We will be jumping tank, much as in the way we did during Big War, yeah? Hey! The bounce of the landing T-60, I love the fact that it's landing too, then seemingly sent the riders tumbling into the path of the tank. Everyone involved in the incident survived without suffering life-threatening harm, but every other one of them was shot by authorities to keep things real. Both the passengers were apparently minors, aged 15 and 10, and they sustained various degrees of injury according to the court's statement.
Wow.
Barenko was charged with operating the equipment without proper regard to safety. You think.
Mm-hmm.
However, he will not face jail time as the 2 passengers agreed to drop charges settling out of court for a whopping $15.
also known as 500 rubles.
Suddenly, I'd love it if it was like a purely Russian settlement where like the out of court settlement was he agreed to give them tank. Barenko was charged with operating the equipment without proper regard to safety, however, will not face jail time, blah, blah, blah. The tank operator will only be punished for an administrative offense. The beach incident is not his first run-in with the law, as police raided his home in January. At the time, authorities found sniper rifles, artillery, and grenade launcher ammunition, around 100 7.6 millimeter rounds, 40 Kalashnikov machine gun replicas, and an adult crocodile. I love this guy. Oh my god.
This reminds me of a dude that I knew who ran a weed farm in Northern California. Like, just had all like the weirdest shit. Like, you go into his house and he's like, "Hey, yeah, make yourself a home. Don't touch the grenades on the coffee table. They're real."
I swear to Christ, though, it's you know what it is. I think I figured this out. Russian man is Europe's version of Florida man, effectively.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah.
The nearly 6-ton T-60 began and ended production during the course of World War II, replacing the Soviet Union's obsolete light tank fleet in 1941, and quickly suffering difficulties on the battlefield. Profiling the vehicle, Russia's arms industry newspaper Vonyo Prom, not even going to try it, called the T-60 a suicide tank. Well, no shit. And we just proved that again on the... Prove this is suicide tank on the beach again. We put children on the top, and they almost died.
It rarely survives single attack.
But adding to the huge number of casualties the model suffered during the war, surviving examples are a rarity today, much like Russian soldiers. The last major operation in which the T-60 was used was relief of the siege of Leningrad in 1944, according to the paper, by which point the vehicle was already out of production, and we needed 500 words minimum to fit this article, so here's some history.
Yep, that's exactly what it was. Wow. Man, you know what? Russia, man.
Hats off Hats off to Russia, man. I cannot wait until you chew man's face off with crocodile, except people are surprised. Wait, what if it wasn't a live crocodile? What if it was actually just living crocodile?
What if it was like a plastinated crocodile, you know? Like it was I get this crocodile, I get it plastinated so it can sit in my living room and it does not bite anyone. It is fine.
I,
It is
I,
plastic.
I killed crocodile myself and mounted him in living room. I was like, sir, that's an
I beat it
Italian
to death
gentleman.
with vodka bottle.
It's like, sir, are you familiar? That's not a crocodile, sir. That's a Chechenian.
That's
It's the same thing. He's dead and he's stuffed and he's in my living room. Huh?
It's terrible. They eat babies. The Chechens, they eat babies. Actually, okay, so it's like beating a crocodile to death with a vodka bottle. That's pretty Russian, but it's not like peak Russian. Peak Russian would be I challenge crocodile to a drinking contest of vodka. He was pussy. He was pussy. Could not hold his liquor. He fucking fall over and die. So I have him stuffed like a bitch. That's peak Russian.
I don't know. Peak Russian would actually just have your neighbor's corpse there, and you're just so fucked up on like bottom shelf of potato vodka. You're like, no, it's crocodile. Oh shit, no, it is actually my neighbor.
I was
That
wondering why
explains why he's
Crocodile was wearing Adidas. It make no sense.
yeah. No, I hope when they seize the crocodile, he'd like put it in Adidas
Yeah.
breakaway
In the
running
tracksuit,
clothes.
yeah. Breakaway
Yeah.
tracksuit, yeah.
Sir, is this crocodile in your home? No, it's my son. He's my son, Gregory.
You know-
Smile, Gregory. Oh
You,
God.
you know, I actually did own at one point an Adidas tracksuit because I went for one Halloween as party boy.
I was, it was funny in the recesses of my mind. I could feel my fingernails scraping along the possibility of a Jonathan Davis joke, but I couldn't quite wrench it out of the dark.
All I'm saying is
So-
before I got all fat and shit, like when I was still very svelte and sleek, I was very aerodynamic. You're frozen, by the way.
I am.
When I was still svelte and sexy, I did in fact for one Halloween go as party boy, and I did at every opportunity. Stripped off all my clothes during the music and rubbed against people inappropriately. I was a walking Me Too moment. It was great.
Well, that's the funniest thing though. Is we can look back to Jackass. We can look back to what was that show Party Boy and Steve-O had?
Wild Boys?
Yeah, Wild Boys. We can look back to Wild Boys. We can look back to Jackass. We can look back to all that shit and say, remember how we were thinking to ourselves, oh my God, this is turning an entire generation of young men into absolute fucking retards. And now we can just look to YouTube and be like, wow, I miss Jackass.
Yeah. When things are simpler and more highbrow. A Noble Yeti says, running yourself over with a tank is pretty fucking gangsta. Too true, man. Too true. Tickle Trunk, what did you just do? God damn it. Okay, Tickle Trunk just went crazy again.
That's a whole lot of subs.
That's a whole lot of subs.
Malahu Akbar. All that.
You look positively frozen in excitement at at what just happened.
This is just my ventriloquist act, and you can't see it because, unfortunately, there's no puppet mouth on my vape.
That's true. It's very true. It's very true.
What the fuck is going on tonight?
Tickle, I don't know, man. I don't know. We're gonna have to abandon Skype at this point. We're gonna have to figure this out.
ship. Honestly, can you bring up a GIF in the background of the Enterprise in like red alert mode?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'll look into that in a minute.
Yeah, just see if you can bring that up, and next time I freeze, just you put that on.
Tickle Trunk gifted subs to G Money in the Bank, Grindal, the Heck Doggo, Firestorm 2095, Wizard of Cause. That's you. Hey. Q Book.
Subscribe to my own show.
Yeah, Q Book and Wheezeful. 7 months for Wheezeful. Fuck yeah. He even said, "Oh look, Nick just subscribed to his own channel." Let's get some fucking pinkies up. All you guys that just got fucking subs. Pinkies the fuck up. Let's spam this shit in the chat real quick. Also, for anybody who's watching live, and you want to get into the show, make sure you hop into the waiting room on the Discord. Link on the page. Hop in the Discord, hop in the waiting room. We're going to pull you guys in here pretty soon. We got one more thing we're going to talk about, and then we're going to move on to that. So, yeah. All right. This is a weird one. This is a very weird one. Let's check this out. She thought she had candles to burn during a power outage, but it was dynamite. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. A woman was left with severe injuries after she retrieved what she thought was a candle from the basement of her Bridgeport, Connecticut home during a power outage. Moments later, she would learn it was dynamite.
I just thought it was one of those wood chip scented Yankee candles.
Ooh.
You know, the kind that smell like wood chips and nitroglycerin.
Look at all them fucking pinkies. My God, this is the chat just spamming with pinkies. And then he tossed another one at Mecha de Coucy. Oh my God, fucking hell.
76. He's gifted 76 subscriptions to this channel so
You're
far.
a fucking madman, Trunk.
Madman Trunks.
You're a madman. Skeptalk Live just subscribed to Twitch Prime. Skeptalk 4 months in a row. He's actually he's a buddy of mine. He lives here in town. Actually, we're supposed to go get drinks. We got to do that. Let's do that this week, dude. Let's get together. Let's do that this week. All right, moving on. So the tragic accident unfolded on Lindley Street at about 9:20 p.m. after thunderstorms had knocked out power to homes in the Bridgeport area. The woman's family had just returned from a trip to Home Depot to buy lighting, but it was closed. Fair. So
they ran out of dynamite. They couldn't see where they were going.
They thought the candles had been left in the home's basement by the previous occupants before they purchased the property 2 years ago. The woman, a 30-year-old mother of two, oh, fuck me, tried to light a quarter stick of dynamite. But it exploded, causing injuries to one of her hands so severe that may lead to her losing multiple fingers.
Oh,
Fuck.
This is suddenly less funny.
Her face is also injured. She was taken to a Yale New Haven hospital. The Connecticut State Police's bomb squad attended the scene along with state troopers, the State Fire and Explosion Investigation Unit, and Bridgeport's police and fire departments. A search uncovered yet another explosive, and it was detonated. No members of the family will face charges because they were not aware that they had explosives in their home.
What are they going to charge them with? It's like Homeland Security storms in like, oh, man, are you trying to 9/11 times 1,000? Like, I just wanted some candles during the power outage so we could play Yahtzee.
I know. It's a sad story, but it's like, fuck.
Funny at
wow.
the same time.
It's funny at the same time. Residents are reminded to keep backup lighting in their home in case electricity should go out.
Residents are reminded not to light quarter sticks of dynamite in the home. It's like, oh, wait a second, this isn't a candle, this is a sparkler.
We need to have a public service announcement here. Ladies and gentlemen, in the event of a power outage, when you are suddenly left in the dark and you're looking for a way to illuminate your home so you can take care of yourself and your family, if you find something that says explosive on it, don't light it. It's not a fucking candle.
Yes, just do what normal, sensible Americans do and set ordinary run-of-the-mill fireworks off in your home. Just right in your living room. Yes.
Do what Florida man does and light a fucking mattress on fire. Come on.
Yeah, or just go attack your neighbor with a chainsaw. See, this is the thing, though. I mean, like, this is what happens when we have to remember this is Connecticut. It's not real New England, so they don't really know the difference between dynamite and candles, apparently.
The difference between this and real New England is they would have been on meth when they did it. So
exactly. And the thing is instead of a stick of dynamite being mistaken for a candle, we would have had a landmine mistaken for a tea candle. Like, hey, what's this dangly bit on top? I just battered around a bit. Oh, wow, my house is gone and I'm
explosive. That sounds like a French brand. Ooh.
Now this, if I'm not mistaken, so this happened when?
This is pretty recent, I think, wasn't it?
Well, September 7th. So this would have been the same thunderstorm I had to ride through to get Quinn from school, and then we rode back. Yeah, it was like my boots just dried out today finally, but suddenly I don't feel like I caught the worst of that storm. So. Yeah. Thank you. Maybe if we get a few more of these, Connecticut women can become the new Florida man.
True. I also should mention Skeptalk Live when he resubscribed for 4 months. He also said, "Sup, dogs?
Hey.
What is up, my canine brethren?"
Anna's all triggered in the chat.
Who? Oh, Anna is.
Yeah, she keeps insisting that like Connecticut's actually New England. Everyone knows it's just a suburb of New York,
All right,
but you know.
this is my official take on that whole situation. Like, cause you guys have this thing with like New England. And by the way, anybody who's out there, jump into the waiting room. We're about to bring people in. Here's my whole thing about like when you guys get in your, well, that's New England versus that's New England. To me, as somebody who lives in a place that is not complete and utter dog shit, it's like, well, mine is not really a toxic waste dump. It's more like a chemical factory spill, and it's way better. I'm like, oh, okay, that's fair.
It's a chemical waste lot. Yet all the same, we don't have Evergreen College, so
Neither do I. Neither do I. That's Washington. That's Washington.
it's all the same thing.
No, absolutely
Yeah.
fucking
Well,
not.
I
Are
mean,
you
okay,
kidding me?
well, I mean, no,
I ain't got no sales tax. There ain't no sales tax here.
There ain't no sales tax or income tax here, and also we don't have Portland.
It's not fair.
It's true though.
Maybe you should just freeze up and deal with your.
Where's my red alert? Where's my red alert abandoned ship? We actually need a gif of Picard doing that too. All hands abandon ship.
That's true. We do.
Yeah,
God damn it.
yeah.
We're gonna have to
We'll
find
work
that.
on that because
Yeah,
I have a
no.
feeling. Correct me if I'm wrong. I have a feeling Skype is not going to get better anytime soon. Just a hunch.
Yeah, no, I think this is gonna have to be like the last time we deal with Skype.
Yeah.
I'm fucking over it. I don't want to fucking deal with it anymore. I'm so tired of it.
Every single update that has come out, it's. I mean, the whole meme about we've updated our privacy policy. Remember that one?
Oh yeah, yep.
Yeah, we need a new one for Skype. Like, hey, we've got a new experience for you, and then it's just like it's just basically like a picture of like somebody's PC tower on fire. Congratulations!
Right.
Don't you love the improved like refresh rates?
All right,
Yes.
so random number generator. Let's roll and let's get some peeps in here. Let's see what's going on. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh shit! Fuck! Oh man!
What?
Oh man! This
What
this fucking guy right here.
Oh, this fucking guy.
This fucking guy.
Wow, you caught me chopping onions, man.
Oh my god. Oh my
Did that
god.
story about the Connecticut lady blowing her fingers off dynamite make you cry? It's okay to admit it.
Yeah, I did.
We got
Actually, I'm chopping onions for a recipe, but
we got JT in on
that
this
poor lady.
bitch. Oh my
chopping
god.
onions for a recipe. It's my own homemade dynamite. I know the difference between candles and dynamite.
Not that. No, I had that one last night. I gave it to some old lady.
You just went and got yourself like a 5-layer Taco Bell burrito and covered it in Diablo sauce, and you're like, oh yeah, there was a bombing going on today. I tell you what. I'm just kidding. Everyone knows there was no bombing in your part of the country. Jim Jeffries is far, far away.
Far, far, far away.
How you doing, JG? Apparently,
I've been, man. I haven't been able to keep up with the streams like I usually do.
Oh,
I'm get myself moved out there.
wait a second. Weren't you saying that like you just recently took a new shift so you couldn't watch Wednesday?
Yeah, I took a shift on Wednesday. That's not a normal thing for me.
Oh, so it's not like a permanent shift then? Okay.
No, I covered it for somebody.
All right, well, don't worry. I mean, we had two shows last week, and they were like, if you take two shows which are 50% shit show, you end up with one show which is 100% real show. And I've frozen again. God damn it! I don't know why this is happening. I can't explain it.
So I'm conducting a scientific experiment actually.
That worries me, but go on.
Okay. So my neighbors, on one side, I got three neighbors in my backyard. One of them are fine. The other two don't pay attention to sprouts of blackberries in their backyards, right? And blackberry is a really invasive, like shitty species of plant.
Delicious.
No, blackberry.
Oh, yeah.
Blackberries are delicious, but the plants are fucking annoying. They like sprout up everywhere. They overtake everything. They'll fucking destroy your yard. So I'm out
Especially
there.
if you got a kid, they're basically barbed wire.
You know what, Jeff?
Yeah, dude.
You know what this calls for?
Okay.
You need to make a Lawrence Southern style documentary on how these unwelcomed blackberries are ruining your community.
That's not a bad idea, actually. But, actually, remind me of that after we're done with the show. I might actually do something with that.
No, I'm gonna start writing it. I'm gonna write it tonight. Don't worry.
Okay.
What are you gonna do about it?
So, but
He's gonna throw road flares at them.
Yeah, that's right. I'm constantly digging these fucking things up all the time because they keep coming under the fence, and my kid plays out there, so I gotta make sure he's got a safe place to be. But there's one over on the side of the yard, just outside of the studio with the garage, and it's just this tiny little pathetic fucking blackberry that's coming up. And it's right where, if I need to, and I don't want to go all the way into the house, I just take a piss on the fucking fence. So I'm trying to toxify my body with so much whiskey that my piss becomes acidic, and I actually kill this blackberry sprout with the power of my alcoholism. And I don't know if it's ever going to work.
No, I don't think it'll work, and I don't think it'll work because of this. I think part of what makes a blackberry tart is a specific acid, and
if
it's
it
a bit
was
like
a liver you were going up against, I think it would work. Your own, though.
Yeah, well, if you're growing a lemon tree, and I learned this from Anthony Hopkins, so I dare anyone to tell me Anthony Hopkins steered me wrong. But yeah, apparently
in Puerto Rico, where I used to live, we usually had to burn the roots of blackberry bushes, but they would come back.
Right? Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, typically you're supposed to. I think you're supposed to piss.
But that's not very safe with Southern Oregon.
Yeah, you're supposed to.
California being on fire right now.
Yeah, you're supposed to piss on lemon trees, though. So I would love to see it if, like, your piss got as acidic as possible, and then you went and pissed on this blackberry bush, and it just grew more blackberries.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Sester says salt kills the fuck out of plants, and I mean, like, there's a lot of salt that's in urine. It's one of the reasons why I'm trying to like laser that shit with my piss stream, but it's just not happening. These fucking things won't die. But it's an experiment, an ongoing experiment.
No, blackberry bushes are notoriously immortal. They're not gonna go anywhere anytime soon.
The only thing worse than a blackberry is fucking bamboo, dude. Bamboo is the worst.
Yeah, bamboo gets everywhere too.
Yeah, and you can't even eat it unless you're a panda. But I mean, blackberries are delicious too. That's the thing. I think that's why
pandas don't eat bamboo.
Pandas?
Of course they do.
No, they don't.
Pandas eat. Yeah, they do. Oh, yeah, they do.
They don't eat bamboo. No way.
Yes, no, they eat bamboo shoots. Yes.
Yeah, they eat bamboo. We
can eat. Yeah, no, that's the thing. Pandas eat bamboo. Yeah.
Pandas aren't even real. What are you guys even talking about?
Uh-oh.
Okay. A beautiful, cuddly, bear-shaped creature that's all black and white and looks fucking adorable, like a fucking stuffed animal. Like, that's real. Yeah, sure, okay. Whatever you say. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah?
Sure. Fake news. Fake news.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm supposed to believe in your blackberries. False flagging me.
We all know the pandas aren't real. They were made up by the Democrats.
Next thing you're going to tell me Japanese people are real.
Wow, it's so weird. We're I almost feel like we're
of course Japanese people aren't real, but pandas, I mean, this is scientifically proven.
They're all just Koreans on vacation. Everyone knows this.
That's really, they just go to the islands.
Yeah.
Basically,
like Japan is basically like the Bahamas of Western Asia. It's
I made the mistake of putting the onions on before the olive oil on. This is, oh my god, I had to rectify that.
You gotta set it on. It's the only way to kill that. It's like a blackberry bush. You gotta set it all on fire.
There's something that makes me happier is when people in the chat are like, "Are you doing a bit?" No, I'm 100% dead serious right now.
Yeah,
Japanese people are holograms.
Listen, pandas were just
real and we was kings.
Pandas were an imaginary creature that they came up with so they could keep Jack Black working. Okay,
That's right. That's 100% right.
I mean, here's the thing. You find me a panda that knows kung fu. Yeah? And you can't say David Carradine because he ain't got no black in him and he's dead. There you go. You're welcome. It's been your public
So I'm
service
trying this new
announcement.
recipe with I'm trying some dill on chicken because I didn't have fish. So I looked up a recipe with dill.
Bar2 is saying, get it right, Jeff. It's Australians that don't exist. That's right next to Germany. Fuck off, man. Of course they exist. That's in Europe.
It's not so much. Yeah, it's not.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. He was Australian. You know. Get to the chopper.
They do or not.
Peak Australia.
I almost just want to leave this frozen frame of mine just as it is.
No,
right?
leave that there. No, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's gorgeous.
It's just the perfect it's the perfect constant reaction shot.
So yeah, man, I'm sorry, Jeff. I was gonna try
and
because I'm actually hitting Wairika on my way over to the East Coast. I was gonna try and make the 3-hour trip up to Eugene, see if you wanted to link up, but
yeah, dude.
It looks like I'm gonna hit the ground. It looks like I'm gonna hit the ground running. I'm not gonna.
So you're making the move?
Yeah.
When?
Well, in October, at the end of October, my lease is up, so I can be gone out of here. And then, my sister and brother-in-law and me are both all renting a house on the East Coast while we look for a place to buy.
No, that'd be great.
My place, they're gonna buy their place.
Because I have like next to no one left locally to hang out with, so that's gonna be wonderful.
Yeah, no, yeah, I'll definitely be out there. But it's the thing is they're
West
already
Coast
in escrow right now, and it's kind of we're pretty much sprinting to keep up with everything, and we're gonna have to like run across the country.
Yeah,
the East Coast sucks.
Well, there's things about it he'll like, such as everybody like you meet wants you to just fuck off, but you want them to just fuck off. So
have you been that far north on the East Coast though, Jeff?
Nah, actually, the furthest north I ever went, when I lived in D.C., the furthest north I went was like Delaware. I never got further than that.
Oh, no, you got to get past there, man. Delaware and Rhode Island. Like I went through Providence. Providence is shit.
Yeah. Have you ever wondered if you've ever wondered what it would look like if you could cross the movie Train Spotting with Florida Man? It's basically Manchester in a nutshell.
There was apparently Mems has like a really favorite town, I think in Vermont, Rutledge, Vermont.
Rutledge is fun.
Yeah,
Can be fun.
Like before she came to Eugene and hooked up with me, she was like, it's either going to be Eugene, Oregon, or it's going to be Rutledge, Vermont. I'm like, well, maybe there's something to it. I guess it's fine, but
go visit.
Well, I mean, like Brattleboro's a fun town, but here's the fun thing about
to have a buddy in Vermont. Vermont's very pretty.
It is. You could go.
It's a little crazy politically, man. I think the taxes are starting to drive people out of the area and stuff.
No, okay. Listen, you have to.
Population in Hampshire starting to spike up so much.
No. You got to keep in mind though. New Hampshire and Vermont are both white flight states, so these are places where, they'll come from Vermont to New Hampshire when they're sick of the taxes, but they'll never leave New England or this part of New England until there are too many dark types here. Because it really is one of these things like, we'll pay out the nose for property and we'll pay out the nose for fines, fees, taxes, whatever. As long as nothing ever changes, as long as everything just stays nice and quiet, and I can put my blinker on half a mile from my actual turn and then take 5.5 minutes to actually make the fucking turn.
Look, all I know is, like, anything north of fucking New York City might as well just be Canada. Whatever.
Boston would never fit in Canada. It would be hilarious to see them try.
But Boston's like a totally different country, though.
I don't see any mass hole getting along with Canadian, actually.
Yeah, no, Boston's like its own... Boston would be like the Vatican of scumfuckery for Canada.
Okay, you have to understand though, southern New Hampshire, leading up to Manchester, where I live, this is all just one giant suburb of Boston, effectively. Like Manchester is like this place called Dorchester, except it's mostly white here, and we only shoot at cops as opposed to people's houses. There was actually a shootout. Like some dude decided to open fire on the police last week. about 3 blocks from here.
But did he own an alligator? All right. Well, then it's probably a better place to live.
These are the questions we need answers.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. You go to the proud 14 miles of coastline we got here at Hampton fucking Beach, and all of a sudden it's like, where's the T60s? Nowhere to be found.
So I did miss a couple of episodes. Did you guys cover the guy that ran through the fucking liquor store with an alligator?
No, I don't think so.
Thought about it.
Oh man, that was funny as shit.
It was the article was just too short though, because it was perfectly to the point. It's like a drunk man took an alligator and ran through a store, then got arrested. Then in his interview said, "Well, yeah, I just got out of jail, so I'll probably be going back there now."
Yeah, think.
He had no idea what he did. He just picked up an alligator.
Yeah, he had no memory.
Look at this alligator's face, and this alligator's like, "Dude, what the fuck are you doing?" This alligator's just not having it. He's just like laying there, like defeated. Just like, oh my god, I hate my fucking life right now.
Just laying there like a circle. just sits there looking like he's on with Jimmy Fallon, just like, yeah.
That's pretty much it.
No, that was a good story. I just actually I think that might have been the week we didn't have a show.
Might have been, yeah.
Yeah, but I do remember looking at that story and thinking, yeah, and then I looked at the article and it's like 3.5 sentences, and I'm like, I mean, there's not even any jokes to be made. Everything about the article itself is just right there for you to just sit and marvel at and be like, wow, Florida man, your son, your son is making you proud.
I even debated going down there, but that's just because I love alligator tails.
So, anything you want to promote, put out there into the world before we move on there, man?
Nope, man, I got nothing.
Fair, fair. I'm a little depressed, so you're not gonna be rolling through my hood before you give up and just end up in New Hampshire or the East Coast. Just terrible.
Yeah.
But,
that's a really good freeze frame on me too.
Yeah,
it's not that bad. I was there. I visited first. It's better than here, man. I mean, you don't want to live down here. Trust me.
Where are you again?
Sacramento.
Oh, North Islands. Fuck, dude. No, I know Sacramento. Fuck Sacramento. Oh, my God.
Yeah, I live in North Islands, and that is the highest crime states. One of the highest crime rates in the United States, if you would look it up on Google. Anybody's welcome to do that.
It's pretty
I'll show that. There you go.
But yeah, no, man. If you can, before you head to the East Coast, you should come north. We'll hang out a little bit.
Yeah, man. I'll see what I can do, man. If I can, snag a weekend or something like that.
All right, man.
And I'll bust ass trying to get myself up there, but
All right, brother. We'll talk to you again soon. All right.
All right, man. You take it easy.
All right, cheers.
I'm emailing with the director right now, actually. Yay.
Sorry. The thing that we rehearsed you for.
Yeah. I know that we the wait, what the hell? Oh, request for access. Why is this? Yeah, sorry. The video, like the audition we shot early on was, apparently he couldn't figure out how to open up the thing. So I'm like, I'm doing my show right now. I'll send you another link as soon as this live show is done.
You know what? We got two people stacking the deck here. We got Mecha de Coucy. Mecha de Coucy and Serete de Coucy was also in the waiting room as well. Stacking. Oh God. No! Where'd she go? No, come here. No, here. There we go.
Well, I mean, do they count as one person now?
They should. Hi. They should. They're in the same room.
Wait.
What?
What?
Hi.
For what? Wait, for
Sorry. What? I'm confused.
No, you're fine. You're on. Yeah. Hello.
Hello. Sorry, my thing I had to reconnect, so it was just like, oh, crap. Am I in?
Oh, you're in.
I am.
You're in.
Excellent. Oh God, please don't do that.
We can't stop here. It's bad country.
Well, that's fair. Also, Jeff, I love the hat. That's a nice cowboy hat.
Should I make this like a thing? Should this be a thing?
I think it works for you.
I think so too. Though someone did point out you kind of look like Rob Zombie.
Yeah.
Is that a bad thing though?
It's better than the lead singer from Korn, I think.
Well, yeah. Well, okay. So Rob Zombie, when he was in White Zombie, like he does like the dreads, like I did the dreads. You know?
Ooh, Anna says put a feather in it.
Nah, no feathers.
You
no
are the
feathers.
evolution of Rob Zombie.
And then he goes cowboy hat. Like, I mean, maybe I should follow suit. Maybe that's something for like aging old gutter punks go from dreadlocks into cowboy hats. You know, it's fine.
Possibly.
Yeah, I have a cowboy gun. You know. All right. So how are you and the man friend doing? You guys doing well?
We've been doing pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, it's been a stressful couple of weeks, but overall, been good. Marriage is good.
Excellent.
So yeah.
Excellent. Fantastic.
I don't believe that.
And really, Nick?
Oh no, it's not about your marriage. It's just about marriage in general. Just give it time. It'll be terrible. It'll be terrible. Don't worry.
Fuck.
Wow. Confidence. Wow.
I've been married.
Oh no,
now.
it was the first. I think like when I was a younger man, the first of my friends to get married. One of my friends, we were just hanging out with him, and somebody asked, "Oh, how's the sex life?" And they're just like, "What's that?"
That's a poor relationship. I'm sorry.
Well,
so I've been married now over 7 years. And it's been wonderful. Very, very healthy sex life. Super down and chill with each other. We are, like, me and Mems are we reached that certain point where we're just kind of like, yeah, okay. You know, and it's fine. But we still, like, it's like a kind of, yeah, okay, about each other's bullshit. But then it's still a, you know, we still have a very, very healthy sexual engagement. Like it's fine. There's a lot of aspects to being married for a long time that don't have rules that everything has to fall apart. It's just everything else gets kind of boring.
It's just your parents show up if it doesn't, and they'll be like, "You let me down. We had such a strong tradition going."
Well, no, the nice part is that when you've been married for a while, and everything else about like mundane life gets kind of boring, that then you start like making it a point to put money into doing something that's extravagant that you've never done before. And then you got somebody to like go and like tear ass all over the fucking place with. And it's fun. It's great. Because you're kind of forced into it, you know? Everything else, you know everything about this person, every story they've ever told. You know everything about like what they're going to say in any kind of situation. You can read them immediately. They finish all your fucking sentences, which never gets annoying. And then... so instead I
don't know what that's like at all.
Nah, not at all. Of course not.
Actually, no, we talk over each other. That's what we do.
Yep.
See, I think
absolutely.
Part of the reason I never got married is because like we got to those points where I would finish all of her sentences, but apparently it was just what I thought, not what she thought, and that was an issue. And so yeah.
So you get to a point where like one of your primary motivations is to find something more extravagant or stupid or ridiculous to do with your spouse, because that's like the niche thing to do to like really make it exciting again, and it actually really works. It super works, and it's not a bad way to live.
I'm gonna move to Utah and start a YouTube channel where I take that exact advice, and it's gonna be called Husband 05.
Oh
Right.
No. No, don't do it.
Yeah, it'll be
Listen,
like,
has the loss of your beard really made you go that crazy?
I wasn't even thinking about it until you brought it up, but now it's a sore spot again. To carry on.
Yeah, probably.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to open. I didn't mean to open the wounds.
I didn't mean to open those wounds or pores. Yeah, I gotcha. I gotcha. I understand. I get this.
I need sound effects for an air horn or something.
We'll just hire some annoying friend to sit off camera with a microphone and be like,
yeah. No, that won't get annoying at all.
Nah.
Well, we are once again though happy to be reminded of the fact that we have they're saints families, actual
Beautiful,
families.
beautiful couples
Right?
involved in the community. Yeah.
Our show has been single-handedly responsible for entire children being born. Whole human beings only happen because of us.
That's not true. No, we don't have any confirmation. We have no confirmation yet that
I heard
consummation.
Sadly, Sire and I were together years before we found out about you guys. Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, but did you have any kids before then?
We don't have any kids.
Are you going to now? Say yes.
Eventually?
There we go, saints babies.
Bam! Nailed it.
All right, you know what? Have that victory. Just be there with Squigs, who wants his grandchildren. There you go.
What?
It's just a joke.
Dr. Squiggums is going to be somebody's...
Dr. Squiggums. Yeah, he just started going, I want some grandchildren one day, and he just does it every once in a while. I'll also be like,
I want to get some grandchildren up here. Like we gotta get some grandchildren.
No, you have to make it sound more like a Pack-a-Day New Jersey lady.
I can't.
Like a Pack-a-Day ants.
I can't. Dr. Squiggums is one of the most beautiful creatures on the planet, and the way he talks and the way he operates is just a fucking magical production. I don't think I can do him. I can't do him credit.
He needs his own podcast with layman.
Oh my god, that would be...
Call it Doctor on Doctor.
Doctor on Doctor.
Doctor on Doctor. That would be something to behold right there.
I'm feeling
you should tell him that idea.
I'm feeling like a real executive producer right here. Like a regular Harvey Weinstein, except nobody wants to join me on my couch. But
minus the couch thing.
Well, it's a terrible couch.
I remember Kilroy, okay?
Well, there was no couch. Wait.
All you have to do is be like, yeah, actually, I am friends with Razor Fist and Sargon, and suddenly girls go, take my panties, and they go crazy.
I didn't even say that. I just told I just told the one that I knew. I kind of knew Roe. That was it.
Kind of knew Roe? What do you mean?
Yeah.
Roe?
Oh no, there's Roaming Millennials fan.
No, the girl with the red hair, the fucking the one. No, she was a Razor Fist fan.
No.
Yes.
She was a Roaming Millennial. She was there
when
for
she
roaming.
was trying to jockey up on my nuts, she was like, "Do you know Razor Fist?" I'm like, yeah. Maybe we should hook up. I'm like, no.
She didn't even ask me if I knew anyone. It was just like it was just all about how like she was there because she was so excited to meet Roaming Millennial. I'm like, roaming's great.
That sounds like don't even. No 10-foot pole. Just don't.
Yeah.
Ben Mills saying I was on the couch at Kilroy. No.
He was though. Ben Mills.
Well,
Ben
actually,
Mills...
I think in fairness, technically, I think you spent more time sleeping on that couch than anyone else.
I did. Yeah, because they decided that me and Nick had to like share a room.
Yeah, we were not expecting that.
No, we weren't expecting that at all. And I was fine with it. I didn't care. It was a big enough room. It was a very nice room. It was very big. But there was
lots of big things there, weren't there?
Shut the fuck up.
Well, I didn't know.
Our buddy Ben. We partied with him pretty hard, and he partied with us like a champ, and he lasted for a long time, and then he napped out super hard, and it was fine. And then in the morning we all got breakfast. It was great. It was fun. It was awesome. Yeah, it was a good time.
Sounds like a good time.
It was.
Yeah.
It was a lot
and then we got locked out of our room. And then we had to just keep the door open. That way we had access to it. That was fun, too.
Oh, I forgot about that. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
You're supposed to check out today, sir. What the fuck you talking about? You're supposed to check out. No.
No, we're
supposed
to check out tomorrow. What do you...
Well, your door might... If you leave the room, the door might lock behind you and your key might not work. Oh, okay, we'll be fine.
We just propped it open with some booze bottles. We're like, it's fine. They can't kick us out if we never let the door shut.
This will make a good door stop. It's just an empty bottle of booze.
That's right.
No, it did. I mean, the only problem came when it started like getting empty, and then it was just an empty bottle, and we're like, I don't know if it'll hold the door.
And then I spent the last of my money. I spent the last of my money on really fancy margarita drinks and
Actually,
nachos with
not only that,
Raisu.
well, not only that, but Raisu showed up with
Tasty.
some actually good vodka.
Oh yeah. That was
And
good.
he left it behind, but because we'd done midweek and I'd liquidated the bar's stash of mini bottles of fucking Deep Eddy vodka of all shit, too. I mean, terrible vodka. I
I'm
refilled
sorry,
those.
I've never heard of that vodka. What?
Oh,
It's
it's
a- it's a-
disgusting.
Well, it's not disgusting. It's tolerable if you're being generous. It's not good.
Okay.
It's made in Austin. It's
Fucking
like
terrible.
a corn vodka. Well, yeah, so I drained all those during the midweek show before Jeff arrived, and then Raisu left behind this bottle of good vodka, so I filled half of those little mini bottles up with good vodka, and then the other half, and then I refilled
There you go.
and then I refilled all of the bottled water with tap water, and no one would ever know the difference.
That's right.
And the funniest thing is though, is for all of that subterfuge, that liquid subterfuge, when I checked into the room before anybody else, they had a bottle of like Riesling or something, some cheap shitty wine, like a little mini
Yeah,
bottle,
some Riesling.
and it was half empty when I arrived. Like it was somebody
What?
somebody had already had
Yeah,
half that
somebody already
bottle and
drank
put
some
it
of
back. Yeah, so I have a feeling there's a really good
That's
chance.
terrible.
Well, there's a really good chance that like either A, the vodka I left behind is still in those mini bottles that none of those golfers would drink, or that somebody, maybe they brought along some junior associate for their big golf outing. He gets into that room and he's like, "Fuck yeah, I could get trashed," and he drinks that shit and he's like, "Wow, Deep Eddy is good vodka," and then he goes home and gets some and is gravely disappointed.
Yeah.
The thing is, now I want to know what kind of vodka did Raisu bring?
Oh, Rice
I
is
can't
telling me I
remember.
should have filled them with
Rai-
spiritus.
Raisu, what kind of
We
vodka
lost.
was that?
Yeah, what kind of? I remember
He's
the bottle
in the
was
chat.
like black.
He's in the
and,
chat.
Yeah, no, I see him. Yeah, the bottle was like black and gold, as I recall.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What about you though, Mecha? What's your favorite drink of choice?
Honestly, I like bourbon. Like some bourbon. I like some rum. Actually, hold on. My brother-in-law and his wife got us some really good bourbon for a wedding gift. Let me see what's
Okay.
called.
Yeah, no, I'm curious.
Woodford Reserve.
Oh, I know Woodford. I know Woodford very well.
Yeah, Woodford and I actually had that. It's a Kilroy experience too. If
That's
yeah,
good stuff.
yeah,
Crap, I
yeah.
love it.
On the way back from Kilroy, the flight out to Kilroy sucked for me. The flight back, I ended up on this airline, and I get stuck in line after we're boarding late, and there's all these old people in front of me, so I'm not moving. So I just start kind of errantly flirting with the flight attendant. She ends up moving me from the back of the plane to the emergency exit row. Then when I go to order a drink, I was gonna get like the free Coke, yeah. And she comes back and she's like, what can I get you to drink? Would you like something strong?" And I'm like, "Oh, how much is whiskey?" And she's like, "Oh, you don't even worry about that. What would you like?" I'm like, "Oh, just curious how much it was." She's like, "You like whiskey? Just hold on." She goes up to first class, comes back with 2 bottles of Woodford Reserve.
Nice.
Plunks them down.
Oh,
Says, "You have a great flight." And I'm looking at these things like, I am very certain I will, because I was also high as hell off of some gummies I had. It's a good flight. It's a good flight.
that must have been a good flight.
Yeah.
Dang.
Woodford's pretty good though. Woodford's
I like it.
it's respectable. Yeah. It's a decent dram.
It is. It definitely is.
I've been enjoying it. We've been nursing on that bottle ever since the wedding, of course.
Of course.
Mhm.
Got
Of
a
course.
half of it to go, so yeah, it's good.
Doing better than I would.
Half.
Doing much better than I would.
It's all about pacing, Nick. All about the pacing.
It's all about self-control.
I don't have
Yep.
any of that.
Oh, you said it, not me.
I never
I'm
denied.
sorry.
That's fine. That's good though. So are you guys drinking some tonight?
Well, actually, he's at work. Wednesday's his night to
Oh.
work.
No, that means you
Yeah,
have to
and
you have to have 2 of them.
Yeah, because he works Wednesday nights, and it's like I said, it's been weird past weeks. For the past 3 weeks, he's having to work at least one of his days off because they needed coverage. So that's part of what's been
It's just why we need
just
Bernie Sanders. Sorry.
no. One of the reasons why 2 of those weeks he had to cover is because someone's at the office's mom passed away, so that wouldn't have been helped. Yeah, and we also had to kind of deal with that a little bit ourselves, but
It's fair. It's fair.
All
All
the
right,
more reason to add
well,
another show, though.
that and impending hurricane doom.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, you guys are you guys
Virginia.
Virginia, that's right. Yeah, you're just right above it. Yeah.
You get
Damn.
your boogie boards ready? Yeah.
Nope.
Your boogie boards, belly boards. You got a canoe?
Belly boards. What kind of athletic beach person do you think I am?
I don't know. You're about to live in the
you're
about to live in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, so I'm just yeah.
I don't know. It sounds like it's been like going slightly farther south, so I don't know.
Well,
We'll see.
I genuinely, we both genuinely fucking hope you guys are prepared and well provisioned, and that it just peters out into some pissant rainstorm.
Yeah.
Man, ain't no bother. So we're hoping
Appreciate
for
it.
you.
Well, thank you. Honestly, we'll be fine compared to everybody in like North Carolina and the coast. They're getting all of it. So,
Well, anything you want
thank
you want to share with us and promote before we move on?
You mean like the promote stuff?
Yeah.
All right. I enjoy a good donut operator video.
Donut
They're wanting
operator.
to tell them donut operator. He's a good one.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And Sire introduced me to someone called the History Guy. The History Guy. Yeah, it's an older gent with wears a bow tie, and he talks about obscure history. Like the last one I watched was about when Japanese submarines were actually doing attacks on the West Coast in a couple places, and the bomb balloons they sent over via atmosphere streams. Yeah, apparently back in like I think it was last year, somewhere like this year or last year, somewhere in British Columbia, some kids on a field trip and their pregnant teacher found a balloon bomb, basically a giant weather balloon bomb that had been sent over by the Japanese in World War II that had not been detonated. Someone got the good idea to touch it, and they all got injured, I think.
Wow.
If I remember right. Or some teenagers. Somebody got hurt by those recently.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you find a balloon that looks like it may have explosives on it, don't touch it, because apparently only 300 of them ever showed up, and they're sent out a lot.
Damn.
Fucking Japanese just sending up balloons,
History guy.
hoping they
He'll
bomb
tell you
someone.
about it.
Yeah, I found him. He looks interesting. Well, cool. Thank you so much for joining us, Mecha.
Well, thank you for having me.
All right. Talk to you soon.
Allahu Akbar.
Bye-bye.
All right, sweet. We've got 9 people. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Okay. We know this guy. This guy's got a smooth voice.
Oh, this
My
guy.
God, I'm in.
Oh, my God.
How did this happen?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, Billy Bomb.
Sure, let's go with that. My God, Article 13 happens. I'm in the meme guild out here in Europe. Now I don't even get the right to be addressed properly.
You're not even actually. You're nowhere near high enough to do that impression. You just. It's gonna be like, hey guys.
You're definitely. You're not in Europe, are you?
Yes, I am.
Really? Where in Europe are you?
Madeira Island, Portugal.
No shit. Wow. What are you doing out there?
I've lived here all my life, Jeff.
Really? You don't sound Portuguese at all.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do I need a stereotypical accent? So I blend in better. Yes, expectations.
I
You
don't
sound
fucking know.
anything.
You sound so painfully fucking American. Like I would have never guessed. Actually, that's wild.
Oh my god, I will take that as a compliment.
I don't know.
I actually started hanging out in the Saints server in voice chat all the time to improve my English.
Oh, dude, I would have never guessed.
You just expected to sound like Castro J. Just dude. You know that dude. He's a Portuguese archaeologist.
Yeah, no, I know who you're talking about, but like, no, it just I assumed that there would be like a very thick accent that would be attributed to Portuguese, but like, because I always assumed that you were American. That's crazy.
No. I am Portuguese.
Wow, crazy.
I'll say this much though. Right now, just in if you go over to the During Show text chat, I sent you like the hottest European meme right now.
Okay, all right.
It's just pure fire.
Yeah. This is pure fire. This is pretty great. Let's look at this.
Nick, this is why I'm never apologizing for that crack I took the other time I was in here.
There we go.
All I'm saying is Quinn is gonna tell fond stories of what to her daughter, what her grandfather would have been like.
Oh, what? Her explaining what happened and why I am the way I am to her own children? No, I try not to think about that. I'll be dead long before that happens. It's fine.
Yes, we've always ascertained that.
Mm-hmm. See, okay, you know what? This is what's so fucking me up right now, right? So, I've talked to you many times, Bar. We've hung out quite a few times.
A few times, yeah.
Yeah, and you know, we've like had casual conversations either on the show or like when we're doing our fucked up movie nights and things like that. And I never in a million years like even imagined that you were anything other than just like painfully fucking American. But now that you told me that you're Portuguese and I'm listening to like the cadence of your voice, I'm like, damn, that dude's fucking European as shit. Fuck. And I'm wondering like, you know, it goes into like that tried and true method of how we perceive reality. Like we perceive things based upon how we have the preconceived notions. So if I thought automatically that you were American, then I would hear maybe that twinge of your voice in an American lens. But now that you said that you're European, I'm listening and I'm hearing all these like little pickups here and there, and I'm like, oh yeah, he is fucking European. That's weird. Weird. Strange.
I mean, that's like indicative of the Portuguese in general as an immigrant community.
We
arrive, we keep our head down, we work hard, keep to ourselves, and the second generation just assimilates completely.
Well, dude, if ever there was a mishmash, a fucking melting pot of cultures in Europe, like Portugal would probably be like at the tippy fucking top, man.
Oh yeah, miscegenation was our colonization strategy.
Exactly.
We fuck our way in.
That's right. That's 100% right. Yeah. So that's why I'm.
You know, it's always harder to kick family out.
Katzen Lady in the chat here says Bar also does an excellent Becky voice.
Oh God.
No, I don't. That's a lie.
That was perfect. Well done.
Listen, those heteronormative stereotypes don't apply to me. Okay.
I'd like everyone to take a moment and welcome.
This is just an example of patriarchal oppression.
Bar 2 here. He's a senior editor at Polygon.
Oh my God! Don't even.
He's really upset about Spider-Man busting people of color in the video game. He's gone off to play Spider-Man because I reminded him that game is excellent. So, well, Bar.
Oh my God. Well,
yeah, I think we just killed the show.
Probably. Well, someone had to.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was bound to be me eventually, but all the same.
Oh, come on. Don't rob me of my own credit.
All right. Anahata is saying, Bar, keep talking in the lower voice forever. Forever. Let's
Nice.
you know what? Like, try and melt some panties out there if you can. Just pick up any object with instructions on it, or maybe especially the nutrition facts, and just read some of that to the audience. Let's see how that works.
Sure. I mean, could always go find, I don't know, the instructions packages for like a box of suppositories or something.
Oh, I was
I don't
hoping
know.
you just had like toothpaste in front of you, like 20% nice and.
I do not keep toothpaste around my desktop.
Okay, so, I mean, if you want to be weird about it and shit, go ahead. Don't do that.
Yeah, I mean, like,
I tried yet again.
there's a lot of shit I keep around. I mean, for example, you know, that what is Vicks inhaler doesn't really go out of
There we go. Yeah, Vicks inhaler. It's got to have something written on its package, right?
well, it does, except mine's in Portuguese.
What does
Well,
it
then go read
Throw
it
it out
say?
by 20.
What does it say?
Yeah.
Medicamento de aplicação nasal. Especialidade farmacêutica de venda livre.
No. Wait. In the words of in the immortal words of Schwarzenegger, do it slower, do it sexy.
Well, I'm not sure I'm comfortable being whored out in your show.
That's fair. That's very fair.
Yeah,
That's
but
very
keep in
fair.
mind, you might be the first guy on the internet to actually get some women going by reading off the instructions on Vicks Vapor Rub in Portuguese.
Well,
Yeah, an expired one from 2013,
Yeah,
but still
yeah.
working. So unless I start,
Yeah,
having blackouts, I'm not throwing this away.
There's history to be made here, though. That's
Well,
the thing.
I have a question though. So
Sure.
one of our friends is Izzy Nobre, and Izzy is Canadian, but he comes from Brazil. He's ethnically Brazil. He's Brazilian. And so he speaks Portuguese, like, because that's the main language in Brazil. Have you ever watched his Portuguese channel?
No, I have not.
Because
Actually.
I'm curious because it's like there's a very distinct difference, and this is something that I've always been fascinated by. There's a very distinct difference between Spain Spanish and like Mexican Spanish, whereas I always wondered if there's like a very large difference or like a cultural gap of understanding between like Portugal Portuguese and Brazilian Portuguese.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Those
can
It
you?
is
bastards.
very strong divide between the two. We can understand each other,
Okay.
although some of us claim not to. But there are a lot of gaps that have to be filled in a lot of context, especially depending on the region of Brazil or the region of Portugal.
Sure.
That
not
can make
mistaken,
the understanding very difficult. at
I
times.
believe that's the same difference between like Parisian French and French Canadian French. Like the French in France can understand them, they just choose not to.
Well,
I mean, you could always do the comparison between, the Great Britain and the Americans.
would it be
The difficult.
Do you think that's a fair comparison?
I think it'd be slightly harsher between the Brazilian and the Portuguese. For example, I'm seeing a Brazilian woman right now, and we end up speaking in English to each other most of the time because both of us can't really stand to listen to the other speak their own language in a weird way. So we compromise, we speak in English. No word of a lie.
That's so crazy too, because English is one of the most like just barbarically stupid, fucked up languages on the face of the planet. Like, English is a dumb language. It's terrible. It's a terrible language.
Basically we took
Oh,
German.
here
We
we
took
go.
German, fist fucked Latin into it. Got rid of
Okay.
most conjugation, and then added a bunch more that was unnecessary.
Yep.
And now we argue over where the letter U belongs in certain words.
Brainwash our resident Brazilian in the service saying when I speak, it's too quick and hard to understand in Portuguese.
Really interesting.
So are we
So-
gonna get a slow and seductive Portuguese reading of the Vicks Vapor Rub contents or not?
Probably not.
Probably
Fucking
not.
Well, no, I should probably put that behind a pay gate or something.
No, yeah, you need to start your own ASMR channel.
Yeah.
And it's just reading it's just reading like pharmacy ingredients. You just go out to like whatever the Portuguese equivalent of Walgreens is, pick yourself up some Vicks Vapor Rub, maybe some nose spray,
Well, you know,
Sexy,
okay.
read the
You know,
ingredients.
say what you will about how much America like either racist cultures or it like takes advantage of cultures and that sort of thing. But you know, the benefit of American culture is that bleach ass blonde fucking Beckies like get their pussies drenched over anybody with an accent. So I mean, like, you know, there's a plus sign to that. You know.
I don't know. Like a lot of people here in the community keep telling me I have to go over to the States. You know, I'm gonna get laid like left and right.
Yeah, they're not wrong.
Yeah.
They are
No.
not wrong. They're not
No.
wrong.
No. Yeah. This is basically like, I mean, when it comes to like tourists from Europe in the United States, it's kind of like going to a water park. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, slip and slide down all kinds of things and maybe leave with an infection.
I will be staying the fuck away from California. Thank you.
Yeah, but then when are you gonna get to have your In-N-Out burger? Because I mean, you know, maybe that pussycat doll who wasn't actually a pussycat doll is gonna be like, oh my,
but In-N-Out is gross. It's gross food. It's not good.
In-N-Out's good the first time you have it. I noticed. I will say this: first time I had it, I'm like, hey, this is pretty fucking great. And the second time I had it, I'm like, yeah, it's a burger. It's a good burger. It's a good burger. And the third time I had it, I'm like, yep, that's a burger. Then I went to Carl's Jr. and I'm like, why?
Why do people need it In-N-Out?
Yeah, there's a Carl's Jr. right here. It's wonderful. They ask you questions like, how much bacon do you want on this thing? And,
so there's obviously got to be like some fast food in Portugal. What's the main fast food that you can find in Portugal?
It would depend on which region you are. We have our own little specialties.
Yeah. Well, like, okay, let's say it's 2 a.m. and you've been drinking and you just need to get some fucking food. What do you have available to you?
Well, depending on the time of year, especially summer and popular celebrations and whatnot, you'd find a lot of like outdoors trailers and vendors.
Okay.
With our own like variations of local food.
Okay.
We got like pregos, which are kind of like these beef sandwiches.
Ooh.
Like steaks just shoved inside the bread.
Okay.
I mean, if you're here on the island, Madeira Island, one of the two archipelagos, I would definitely recommend to you bolducac, which is a sort of flat bread which is influenced from the neighboring North Africa. Bolducac.
Bolducac.
Which is sort of like a flat bread that's prepared like in a hot plate. Usually you can see it being done or overdone, depending on what kind of salesman you're getting. With some garlic butter, my God, it goes so well, especially with the local. We have like this shish kebab variants also get done in local like meat stands.
God damn. Okay.
We've also Americanized a fair bit though. People are getting like the hot dogs and the burgers and whatnot with vendors.
Well, I mean,
oh God, I'm sorry. I apologize for hot dogs, man. I do.
Is there any of that?
Globalization.
They're fucking delicious when you're hungry as fuck, aren't they? Yeah. No, quit apologizing. You balder cuck. But
fuck you.
But is there has that classic Spanish love of beef made it there? I mean, it existed there, sustained itself there. So the kind of place where it's like, oh, if you're gonna go out to dinner, you're just gonna get like steak cut off of a half alive animal that's on fire at your table. Do you have that?
Well, we have that, but no thanks to the Spanish.
Fuck the Spanish, they stole that shit.
Exactly.
Yep.
Never.
Yep.
I mean, if you want to piss. Portuguese people are lovely, Nick, but never compare them to the Spanish ever.
Oh well, no. I mean, I've got Portuguese family. It's the biggest part of my family. One aunt gave me fucking 50 second cousins and some shit. I don't know.
Oh, well, that explains your alcoholism.
Oh, I don't.
We don't
talk. We don't.
Yeah.
Wow.
No. Oh no. Here's a weird thing.
It's not even a condition here in Portugal. It's just culture.
No. It's funny. Apparently, in Connecticut, at least, there's a thing about Jewish and Portuguese families marrying.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
Well, I mean, it's the whole New York, like, super tight family. We're gonna make our own neighborhood shit because the Portuguese, you make your own neighborhoods in a single fucking tenement building. You're like, they're just huge families. It's like the biggest, like Portugal, tiny country, big families.
Yeah.
So
It's Catholicism,
okay.
And so they marry Jews? What?
I mean,
they're trying to convert them, Nick. I told you, we fuck our way in.
All right. Anyway, so Bar, anything you wanna share or toss out with us this week?
Well, not at the moment. Again, it's been an amazing time being here and talking to you guys again.
Oh, for sure, man. Absolutely. It's always a pleasure, buddy. Always a pleasure. We're gonna move on to like one more person before we end the show, but it's always a pleasure, buddy. We'll talk to you again soon, okay?
Take care.
Hey, take care, buddy. I can't believe I didn't know that he was Portuguese.
I was surprised you are.
I feel like such a fucking piece of shit. I swear to God.
Well, no, I mean, if you hear the way he talks and you don't ever ask the question, you don't ever inquire, I would kind of think maybe he's from what, like New York State.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah. That's what I thought. I thought he was like New England, East Coaster sort of thing. Like
no, definitely not New England. Yeah, but
actually,
yeah,
I'm from an exotic fucking island off the coast of Portugal. No, sorry about that. What? Okay, all right. Well,
that's what this midweek is for.
And
so that we can actually get to know our audience.
Now I'm pretty jealous. Actually, I'm pretty jealous. I'm not gonna lie. Pretty jealous. I wish I lived off the coast of Portugal on an island. That'd be pretty fucking amazing. So one more. We got 10 people in the waiting room. Let's do it.
Although growing up on an island would suck.
Oh my God. Holy shit. Yes. No, that would be fucking terrible.
Yeah. Like everyone knows you. It's like a small town that you literally can't even leave unless you get on a boat.
Yeah. Oh, there's so many good people in the fucking waiting room, too. We can only grab one, though, guys. We can only grab one. I apologize.
Anna, Huntington Beach was an awesome little place. Okay. I fought the ocean there.
Conor is on the Midweek Saints. How you doing,
Conor?
Fuck yeah.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Same old.
Same old. No, not good enough. Not good enough. No, let us know how you are.
Conor. Yeah, no, wait, hang on. Are you saying are you saying that this is? Are you saying that this has been the highlight of your week?
This very moment, yes.
Yes.
I'll take it.
Because it was the heat of the moment.
Other than the time I went to church and got the cocaine-laced cracker.
Ooh. Wait. Hang on. Story time.
About the time you did cocaine in a church. Oh my God! It's actually about the time you did. Okay, carry on.
Yes. Did you in fact do cocaine inside of a church?
I wish I was that cool. No, unfortunately.
Because I myself, I have never done cocaine inside of a church. I have been inside of another human being while high on cocaine in a church, but I did not do cocaine inside of the church.
God damn.
You know what's funny, Jeff? Yeah. I imagine there are a number of Catholic priests who could say the same thing.
I probably. Mine was legal. She was 23.
The cocaine was legal? Oh, the girl.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, there was no cocaine, just LSD and holy water.
Wait. Hang on. Let's bring that one back for a minute. Context.
I'm fucking with you. There's no context.
Oh, come on. Oh,
yeah,
come on.
Well, no, I don't like no, LSD and the holy water wouldn't do anything though. Because all they do is like they mark a little bit of the water, so it would basically be like getting a homeopathic LSD hit. Like, well, we put the LSD in water.
There was no water; it was just LSD.
Now, if you could spike the communion wine or the wafers, now we're talking. Then when somebody tells me they spoke with an angel, I'd be like, and what did they say?
Well, let's cut down to brass tacks here, Conor. Have you taken LSD?
No.
No?
So,
Man.
I was actually thinking earlier today, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't go outside a lot. I
Neither
don't
do
talk
I.
to people.
Neither do I.
So I really don't have any access to a drug dealer.
Oh yeah.
I'd love
no.
to, but I just don't get outside enough.
That's why we need like a service called like drugconnect.com. Like,
Exactly.
are you a person who likes to enjoy his internet memes? Do you enjoy watching the latest fancy thing on the Netflix, but also want to imbibe on illicit drugs? Check out drugconnect.com, where we hook you up with local dealers who will give you a fantastic competitive price on the most illicit hallucinogens possible. This sounds great.
Well, I think that was
Yes.
wasn't that
Yeah.
the dark web before it got all intellectual?
That was the that was the dark web before they got busted by the feds, and then it got taken over by a bunch of nerds. Nerds. Instead, what we used to have for the dark web was a bunch of prostitutes and a bunch of drug dealers where you could go and get your dick sucked and get a bunch of DMT and talk to fucking machine elves all fucking night. Now, you go and you search for the dark web and it's like, actually, you just need to wash your penis. Nerds! What the fuck? What happened to the internet? God, it used to be about drugs and dick sucking, and now it's all about these pompous, fart huffing goddamn pieces of shit out of Northern California. What the fuck happened to the internet?
They ran out of cocaine and had to switch to Adderall.
You're probably onto something, actually.
That was pretty astute.
Yeah.
Damn
it!
Actually, last week, H6C. Sorry, mate, Rimshi's friend.
Oh yeah, no worries.
Yeah, he talked about a time he got hooked on Adderall to the point they actually started snorting it.
Oh, I've snorted quite a lot of Adderall actually in my time. Yeah.
Oh, sounds like a ride.
Well, so the interesting
No
thing
way.
about snorting Adderall is Adderall doesn't affect you the same way as like doing like speed or meth or anything like that. You feel really focused, because it's basically a legal amphetamine. So when I was cooking at a restaurant up in Portland.
That's when you do Adderall.
Yeah, and and it was a high capacity, very
Restaurant.
very yeah, and it was a very popular restaurant too. It was like in the yuppie hippie-ish part of town where everybody's like, "Oh, I love this crab rangoon. It's just so fancy," and everybody orders this shit over and over again. So, and you being like a random gutter punk, and you hate everything about your life, you're like, I'm so tired about this shit. Somebody's like, well, I have this magical thing called Adderall. Would you like to do a rail off of my back? Like, sure. Okay. Cool. So you do a fucking giant ass rail. You don't feel high, but you're like, I feel like I can shoot lasers out of my eyes. I'm gonna cook the shit out of everything. Wow. And suddenly, like, everything comes out super perfect, super on time, no matter fucking what, and everything is great.
Ticket time? What is ticket time?
Ticket time is bullet time, man. Everything slows down.
Yeah, the ticket comes in like
you get so
it's like half cooked before you've got it in the rack.
When you're on like a hardcore Adderall binge, everything slows down, right? So like you start hearing that and it's the printing sound of the ticket, and you know it's coming, but you know exactly how many lines are going to be printed, so you can hear without even actually paying attention. You know right when that ticket's going to be done, without even looking. You grab that shit and you read it for half a second, and you spear it on the spike, and immediately you're cooking up some eggs. You're battering this kind of shit.
And because of the form, you don't even need to read it because of the formation of the lines,
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
You're
you
reading
just
the
know you're like,
vibrations.
all right, I need this, good. Bang.
That's right.
You have
Oh,
your own
God.
tickets and everything. I mean, this sounds like a really organized crack den, restaurant, whatever.
Same
no,
thing.
they're the same thing.
Same thing.
Except they get angry when you're in your underwear packing up the food for some reason.
Yeah.
Right. That's why, like,
less strict about dress code.
there's a weird culture around stimulants and cooking and depressants, especially like when you really get into like the nitty gritty of it. You'll find in a lot of these restaurants where they're like super high capacity, very fast paced. Everybody like abuses hardcore stimulants. They go super hard.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's cranked out of their fucking minds. They work
Yeah.
super hard, and then as soon as the doors are shut and all those bullshit customers are out the fucking door, everybody everybody stops doing all the drugs and they just
you go out to the dumpster and you smoke yourself a bong made out of a cucumber.
That's right. You smoke some fucking weed and you start cranking back the shots of whiskey to just calm the fuck down so you can go home and sleep.
Also because, like, you know, the closing sucks because it's like put everything away and clean everything to a stupid degree. Oh no, they want you to pull the grill out and clean the wall behind it too.
But you don't.
Why?
Yeah, nobody does. Nobody ever does.
Nobody ever does. But what I love is, like, I worked in a few kitchens where nobody, like, we didn't do stimulants, right? And we just really fucked around. We just got high and then kept nips of vodka and shit in the reaching coolers. And that would be funny because I would hear cooks high off their tits arguing with waitresses after they brought the order back because it wasn't what the customer ordered. And they'd be like, well, what's wrong with chicken tenders?
Well, Connor, so have you ever had either a drug-addled or a drinking experience while working?
Not addled.
No?
When I went to did a catering course,
Okay.
there's a pub like almost pretty much right next to the school.
Right. Absolutely.
A couple of times went there during lunch break, but didn't get smashed.
Did it kind of like enhance? So you were doing like catering school?
Just a 2-year cooking course.
Oh, cool. Okay. All right. That's fair. Did you find that it was easier to prepare and make like these dishes maybe when you had a few drinks inside of you?
They're a little calmer.
Yeah. Well, no, I think that's like. Did you ever end up
But
like?
yeah, I heard stories of people like everyone in the kitchen does coke.
Yeah. Well.
It's really common when you get into like more like private kitchens with chefs when you're like working under a chef.
Right.
Yeah.
Like if the chef's not doing coke, you're usually fine, but that means that everyone else is. And that can kind of suck sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of it too is like it depends on like the stress level. You know, if you're doing like a high capacity, high cranking
Production.
out, high production style restaurant, the more the stress builds up, the more like your defenses versus doing substances kind of starts to erode, and you find yourself like compromising on things that otherwise you wouldn't compromise on. But it sounds like you have dodged the bullet and didn't actually have to dive into that kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's good. No, that's good. That's a good thing. Like, I mean, like if you listen to these stories if you listen to these stories like me and Nick talking about like, this time we were all screwed up on fucking, like, these aren't good stories. These aren't stories that you should emulate.
They're great stories.
No, they're great. They're great stories, but like they're not stories that I would recommend anybody try and seek out. Like, if you could have a successful cooking career without having to take drugs,
I mean, Anthony Bourdain was a smackhead for over a decade, well over a decade. I think like 2 possibly. Like there's a reason. Like it's a high stress fucking environment, and it's like, oh yeah, I totally fucking die. Yeah, I definitely need to like get hammered when I'm done with this shift, and I finally screwed all the cutting boards back on, and the back wall is clean. You can go and look at it. It's fucking clean. Can I please go blow this like line of coke out, this bump I've got in my car, and come back in for my shift drink? Thank you.
Well, what are you doing right now, Connor?
Nothing.
Nothing. What do you?
Well,
So
I mean, do you want long or short story?
Well, I'm just wondering, like, are you cooking anymore? Or?
Nah, because after the end of the course, I felt very exhausted.
Well, cooking is exhausting. Is exhausting.
Yeah.
Cooking is like signing up to getting the shit beat out of you. Honestly.
Every single night,
Yeah.
and you know exactly when it's gonna start.
That's right.
Yeah, the teacher I had in the second year made that like very clear at the start. Like your busy days are the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Your busiest days of the year are Christmas.
Yep.
You're most likely going to marry a chef, a nurse, or a police officer because they'll also have fucked up timetables.
Yep.
Or you'll have sex with a whole bunch of servers, and then you'll be talked to by management for making staffing difficult.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I have no idea either. It's just something I heard.
You may work in a restaurant where the like higher chefs treat you so badly that when you quit, you take a piss right in front of the hotel.
Yep. Oh yeah. Yeah.
And the
Chefs
chefs
actually did.
And the chefs kind of respect you for it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a whole culture behind it, man. There really is.
Yeah. It's weird too because they end up. It ends up kind of like being a cop in as much as like the only other people who you hang out with are other chefs because they're the only other people who understand what you're talking about and like how fucking terrible your life is.
Oh yeah.
But for some reason you still think it's worth doing.
Yeah. That's a weird shit. Man. Weird shit.
No, I mean like there is the thing that I've noticed about food service. Once you get past fast casual, we're not talking like it's a step above Red Robin here.
Yeah.
Is that you end up getting in like there are more problems the better things get supposedly. So you'll be like, you need to make a special, and you'll come up with a lunch special, and then the owner of the place, who typically has no fucking clue what's going on, gets upset because of the cost, saying we'll never sell this, and then it sells out, and then all of a sudden they're like, well, we can't do that again. It was too costly. Like, what? No, it wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, my special was that good, and people came in asking for it again.
So Connor, what else is going on with you these past few days?
Other than not Adderall.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, unfortunately not.
But struggling, man. So what occupied your week? I mean, like in the last 7 days, does anything stand out as worth note? Anything remarkable?
I've been practicing guitar for a bit now.
Good.
And I've decided to try and learn finger picking.
Ooh.
Which means I have to let the nails on my strumming hand grow out.
Yeah? Oh, yeah? Well, I mean, I hope you have more natural talent for music than I do, because I have no musical talent whatsoever.
Yeah.
I'm terrible.
Write a song and we'll actually
at it, yeah.
write a song and we'll actually use it as intro music.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Huh.
Write us a really fucked up song, like a really
play it on a ukulele.
Well, on anything really, but like just something really just inappropriate and fucked up that makes people be like, Ooh.
Mm.
Ooh.
Okay.
And then other people will be inspired, and they'll be like, I can make my own terrible music.
That's your physical challenge, man. That's your physical challenge.
Squigums raping a cat.
Yes.
Oh,
That'll be
so
the title. That'll be the title.
So you've been practicing violin as well. That's good to know.
I think my dad has a violin. I'm pretty sure I could learn.
Anything you want to put out there and share with us for the world?
Josh Turner.
Yeah.
Yeah, Josh Turner. He's a musician on YouTube.
Okay.
Oh.
Toss me a DM on Discord with his channel link. Yeah.
Righto.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you so much, Conor. Appreciate you coming on, man. We'll talk to you again soon. Okay.
As always, it's been a pleasure.
The pleasure is ours, man. The pleasure is ours. All right. So, Nick, did I ever tell you the story of the gumbo pot?
I don't think you ever did.
Are you sure? Like, when I was living in New Orleans and I had a chef that I was working with and he disappeared?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
No.
Okay. I'm sure some people out there probably have heard this story before, but it's a good story. I'll tell the story real quick, and we'll round this out. Maybe we'll have a conversation about it.
Well, I mean, it ended up being a fucking Bourdain podcast for a little bit there. So
yeah, kind of. I mean, like we're getting into like the fucking cooking, the
inner workings of the fucking kitchen industry, which is fascinating.
That's right.
As fuck.
That's right.
The movies have tried, but I haven't seen a movie about chefs and kitchens that really did it for me.
Oh my god, I love bourbon so much right now. Okay, so the thing is like when you back in the day when I was living in New Orleans, you can't really do it in New Orleans except for like a couple of very select kitchens.
Would have been, well, like what time? Around what time? Like 2012.
This is like 12 years ago. So right after Katrina.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And this is when you could still like cooking in New Orleans at this point in time meant you had two spatulas in your hands and you're flipping food and you're cooking food and you put one spatula down and you take a pull of an open bottle of fucking bourbon. And this is while you have a cigarette hanging out your lip and you never lose that cigarette. It's always sticking there and you just and then you pick up your goddamn spatula and you keep fucking cooking food and you spend your whole day smoking cigarettes and getting drunk, right? Well, at one point at this restaurant, we got a new chef in. He was this guy from Chicago. He was a pizza chef and also a fine restaurateur chef. He was trained in French and Italian food and pizzas. This really fascinating guy. He looked like maybe 1,000 miles of bad road. Like he'd probably left a few ex-wives along the way, right? That kind of fucking guy.
A few bastard children scattered around different countries, maybe.
That kind of dude, yeah, 100%. And so he comes in and he's like, all right, so look, I'm going to teach you guys how to make some fucking pizza. I'm going to teach you guys how to make some fucking fantastic crab rangoon. It wasn't crab rangoon, but whatever. It's the Saints thing now. Everything is crab rangoon. And he starts teaching us like this French fine cooking and these pizzas and that sort of thing. And it was great because it was a cafe, but we had when the guy who bought the cafe bought it, it came with these giant banks of pizza ovens that we never fucking used. We never used them. Never had anything to do with them. But we still had them. They were in the back of the kitchen. So he's like, yeah, I'm going to teach you how to make pizzas. We're going to make like these fine, fancy, yuppie pizzas. And all the yuppies are going to fucking soil their panties to get these like artisanal fucking pizzas. Like, okay, fine, cool. So he comes in. His name was Carl. That's what it was. His name was fucking Carl. And I went out with him a few times and raged with him. The dude was a fucking maniac. An absolute maniac to party with. Just the worst kind of person.
Yeah.
So I go out with him, we're partying and all that sort of thing. And then one day I come in, and I'm not supposed to be the person who's opening, but I do have keys, and the door is locked, and Carl's nowhere to be found. So I open up the fucking restaurant, I start opening it all up, and I start preheating everything and making all the food. And so we go through the whole day. Carl never fucking shows up. I'm like, what the fuck? Where the fuck is Carl? All right, fine, fuck it. All right, omelets, sandwiches, no big deal, whatever. Finish my shift. Everybody finishes their shift. Everybody goes home. Next day, wake up, go down there. First thing in the fucking morning, still no fucking Carl. Carl's not fucking there. So I have to open everything up. But as soon as I open that door, the most disgusting, pervasive, nasty fucking smell I've ever smelled in my life just comes pouring out of this restaurant. I'm like, what the fuck is that? It smells like somebody died in there. Holy shit. And immediately in my brain, I'm like, wait a minute. Nobody's seen Carl. Is Carl dead in the restaurant? So immediately, me and the on-duty server who comes in at the same time as me, we start going through. We're looking through the office. We look through all the crawl spaces. We look in the fucking attic. No Carl. We're like, what the hell is this smell? It smells like a dead fucking body. What the fuck is this? And as we turn all the machines on and everything starts heating up, the smell is getting worse. Like, what the fuck is this? It's Tuesday morning. Why does everything smell like fucking dying flesh? So finally, I make the mistake, and I say it's a mistake because of what I had to deal with, of looking in the pizza oven. And I open the pizza oven, and there's this giant 3-inch deep baking pan that's stuck in there. No idea why that thing is stuck in there. I grab mittens and I pull it out and I see the most fetid, nasty fish heads, pieces of crab, pieces of fucking lobster, pieces of fucking every nasty bit of seafood you'd ever see in your life that's been stuck in there since Friday morning on a slow cook and just been permeating the smell of fetid, nasty seafood for I think 5 or 6 days at this point. This is what happened. Friday night, Carl decides that he's going to make gumbo. So he puts all of the nastiest, most fucked up, just dog shit pieces of all the seafood in this giant fucking pan. Then he goes out to the French Quarter. He goes to try and shark some people at pool because he was a great fucking pool player. Sharks some people. They get pissed off at him. He gets into a fist fight. He beats the shit out of 3 of them, and then 3 more come and jump him. He ends up in the pokey, and he stays there for a fucking week for aggravated assault because he stabbed a dude with a broken piece of a fucking pool cue. So, 6 days later, I'm opening up the restaurant to this most nasty, fetid piece of gumbo stock pot in the world. It was disgusting.
Did you cook with it?
No, I poured it in the drain. It was disgusting. I went and got Vicks Vapor Rub and I stuffed it up my nose and I wrapped a t-shirt around my face and then I dumped it into the drain. No, I'm not making gumbo out of that shit. Are you kidding me?
That was a slow cook, wasn't it?
Oh my god. Yes, I wasted the gumbo, guys. I wasted the gumbo. I did.
That's the lesson. That's a lesson.
Dude, no, absolutely not. That's not what you do. You don't do that. That's so foul. It's so foul. It's so gross.
I never had that experience in New Orleans, but when I worked in New Hampshire, right before I went into the Army, there was that time I worked at a pizza shop it wasn't officially a front for cocaine.
Okay.
But there was more coke business being done there than pizza shop business. And when the co-owner was getting foreclosed on by the other owner, who was a Greek mob guy who used to use it as a front for a bookie operation, it was free reign with a full bar. So yeah, we went several, I'd say about 2 months, 2.5 months, cooking whatever we wanted. We did whatever menu items we wanted, and we'd get we could put our own orders in because the owner wasn't paying attention and stopped giving a fuck. That was great too. And then shortly after the place, we all got foreclosed. We all got booted out. No one could party there. There's no more party. There's no more restaurant. We're all done. And the owner tried to send feds to my house because they'd come looking. So that was fun.
God damn.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
Restaurant work, man. It's fucking crazy. Funny thing is, too, that was actually a true story. That was an abridged true story. So you guys can just buy my book when it comes out.
I kind of miss I kind of miss working in restaurants, dude. I honestly do. It's a shit
no,
show.
there is honestly. It's funny because as stressful as it is when you're a production cook, right?
Right.
Just a basic line cook, let alone chef. When you're working a production kitchen, the stress is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But when you get into that rhythm, when you sink into that vibe, and you could just take it comes out, you know what to do. Your fucking muscles do it all, and your food goes out, and it's amazing. And servers come back and tell you how their customers are so happy. This food was so good, and you're like, that's great. Hey, that makes me feel good. Fuck off. I've got orders to make. And you just kill it. Yeah, when you fucking kill it, and then you get that shift drink, you never feel like you've earned that bourbon or that whiskey or whatever it is quite as much as after you've done a busy fucking dinner shift and murdered it the whole time.
That's true. That's a type of satisfaction that's kind of hard to buy for sure.
Yeah, we get it here from time to time.
Crab90 says, what a waste of good crab. The best way to eat crab is with your hands, ripping the meat out of the shell. Pinch the tail, suck the head. No, I feel you, dude. I feel you.
Pretty erotic.
I'm a man who likes a very tactile and erotic eating of crab. Anyway,
I find it super erotic when I gotta smash them open with a hammer. I know what you mean.
That's like most of my dates.
Most of my dates. We don't have return dates because they're kind of final.
Gross. Yep.
Anything to catch up on?
Nope. That's it. That's all we got. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been your midweek Saints. This has been a fun fucking week. Oh my god. Holy shit. I need some fucking Taco Bell right now. That's what I'm feeling. That's where I'm at.
I need some tacos. Period. Just tacos. Full stop. All right, Guy, we're going to get
we're gonna go get tacos. We're gonna go get tacos. Bye, everybody.
We'll see you on Friday.
Yeah, see you on Friday. Goodbye, everybody.
I'm gonna have tacos on Friday.
We love you guys. We'll see you on Friday. Bye bye.